Rapp, Cam Lewis, and Damar Hamlin, all wearing red non-contact jerseys, all banged up. They've missed some time lately. They've been dealing with injuries. All of them are dressed today. We'll see how the Bills approach it. Of course, Cole Bishop factors into this too, because I think, guys,
right,
the Bills would love to get Cole Bishop some time with Damar Hamlin, with Taylor Rapp. We'll see how all that checks out.
Yeah, and Coach McDermott this week gave indication that Hamlin could play the whole game just by virtue of the fact that he has not been on the field since suffering his rib injury in Week 14 at Los Angeles. Set to miss today's game due to injury is starting middle linebacker Terrell Bernard, but Coach McDermott had a positive report on his quad injury, Sal, as it relates to next week's playoff game.
Yeah, he felt encouraged about his ability to be able to play next week, and I think that was shown up this week in practice, guys. Remember, on Wednesday, he was listed as a non-participant during the team's walkthrough. On Thursday, he was limited. He was out there. I was there. Chris, you were there. We saw it. Looked like he was kind of getting back to, I would even say maybe if this game mattered, maybe Terrell Bernard would be able to play. But he's going to sit out this game. You know what that means? Buffalo Joe Andreessen from Lancaster High School, University of Buffalo. He'll start at middle linebacker, and he's going to play extensively today.
And what a fitting end to the end of a very promising rookie season for him. Bernard, for those that don't remember, missed last year's divisional playoff against Kansas City after he was injured in the wild card playoff game against Pittsburgh last season. There was also a roster move late in the week as Mike White was not only brought up to the active roster from the practice squad, but also signed a one-year extension that runs through the 2025 season. What's your take on that decision, Sal?
Yeah, I think a couple of things are in play here. Number one, let's go short term. That means that the Bills will be able to have Mike White on the active roster, but inactive on game days in the playoffs to make him the third emergency quarterback. Now, look, if anything happened to Josh Allen and then Mitch Trubisky, things aren't going good for the Bills. But you never know what happens in a game if you have to get through the end of a game with someone to have to hand the ball off to make sure you get into the next round. So that will be available for him. And on top of that, this means that Mike White will compete with Mitch Trubisky next year, and they do have their three quarterbacks, I think, that they don't have to worry about anything in the offseason, guys.
Yeah, and head coach Sean McDermott did say he'd like to get White some playing time in today's game at some point. Speaking of quarterbacks, Drake May for the Patriots was questionable coming into this game with a finger injury on his throwing hand, but he is up and active. However, he's not expected to last long in this game either, Sal. Could we see Joe Milton, the other rookie quarterback?
Yeah, we're going to see what happens, how they play this out. It's really interesting what's going on. You have an embattled coach in Gerard Mayo. Adam Schefter reporting this morning, maybe leaning out as far as Robert Kraft and how that works out. And then Gerard Mayo, of course, is trying to steer a team to get a win here at home. But at the same time, you have fans and maybe even people in the organization who say, you know what, not so fast on that. We'd like the number one pick in the draft, which if they lose today, they're assured of that, guys. So there's a lot at play here. And, of course, Drake May gives them the best chance to win. And I really like what I've seen from the young quarterback, and I know the New England Patriots do too.
Yeah, Joe Milton was their sixth-round pick in last year's draft, a 64% passer at the University of Tennessee, 30 passing touchdowns, just 5 interceptions his last 2 seasons for the Volunteers in college. We'll take a break here and be back with much more, including Eric's keys to the game. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV.
For great deals, visit your local Upstate Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Need a top-notch construction and industrial supplier? Look no further than Haynes Supply Inc. right here in Buffalo, your primary destination for Milwaukee tools. Right now, you can bundle.
What's up, football fans? Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon. It is Week 18. The Bills head to New England to take on the Patriots with absolutely nothing on the line. Thank you for being here, Bills Mafia. You are a true die-hard fan hanging out with us in a game that means absolutely nothing. So I just wanted to say thank you. Please hit that like button down below and share this link out. Let's get more football fans here hanging out with us, having a good time here on TSI as we cheer on Buffalo, getting ready for the playoffs. This is all prep, baby. Let's go. And that's right, I'm wearing this College Football Live because of our Sick Kids Football Frenzy, and we're going to be live every single NFL playoff game, whether the Bills are playing or not. But you know, like I know, the Bills are going on a run. We'll see you back in the chat.
There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance, but if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Have you ever tried something for the first time and then wondered how you ever got along without it? That's how thousands of new Navage users describe their first experience. Once they feel sinus relief and can breathe clearly again, many wonder why it took them so long to experience the Navage difference. Navage uses refreshing saline and gentle suction to quickly suck out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Stop suffering from congestion and start feeling better again with Navage. Brand new look, same great product.
The Buffalo Bills pregame show is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Fiegel, Carr & Joyce, your border attorneys.
By Freed Maxit, a top 100 accounting and consulting firm in the nation.
By ECMC, go where the Bills go.
By Great Lakes Building Systems, our business is protecting your business.
And by Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law, fighting to get our veterans the disability benefits they deserve. It's Hiller time.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Welcome back here to Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts, as we get you ready for the regular season finale between the Bills and the Patriots. Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. The other side of this unusual game with little meaning for Buffalo is it has a whole lot of meaning for the Patriots concerning the 2025 NFL draft. If New England loses today, they would have the number one pick in the draft next spring. And while they don't need a quarterback, Eric, it's a colossal bargaining chip to acquire multiple first-round picks via trade this year and next year. And the Patriots need to acquire all the young talent they can find.
Yes, absolutely. And it also increases your draft position in each individual draft after each round out of the draft after the first. And so this is not a super strong quarterback draft, but there's always teams desperate to get up to the top of the draft board to be able to potentially get their quarterback of the future. Maybe it's a Cam Ward, it could be a Shadur Sanders that people say, we want to get up there and get that. And if the Patriots win today, there's a chance they could go all the way back to number 4 or 5 in the draft order.
3 other NFL clubs are in contention. Actually, it's 2 other NFL clubs now that are in contention for the top pick. With Cleveland losing yesterday, the Giants can no longer get the number 1 pick. So it's down to New England, Cleveland, and the Titans, basically, for who could get the top pick in the draft. Knowing that Josh Allen is going to make an early exit from today's game, it means that Mitch Trubisky will see the bulk of the work today, possibly Mike White later on. And when a backup comes in, perhaps his most important function is to sound just like the starting quarterback pre-snap. That's Eric's University of Knowledge this week, brought to you by Houghton University. Discover a surprisingly affordable Christ-centered university right here in New York. So, Eric, explain why it's important for the backup quarterback to mimic the pre-snap cadence of the starting quarterback.
Yeah, so everything is predicated on the quarterback's cadence, your timing with motions, the snap count, how everyone on offense gets off on the snap at the correct time. That's monumental to the success of a play. So Mitch Trubisky's going to try and time that up as well as he possibly can. The good thing would be a lot of these backups that will be playing today have been working with Mitch all year. If it was the silent cadence, then you would feel pretty comfortable that it would be the same timing as they used all year when they've been on the road. The problem is this might not be the loudest environment today, so you'd ideally work off a verbal cadence in which that would be exactly what's in play. Mitch Trubisky trying to match the cadence of Josh Allen.
And as we mentioned, Mike White, who was signed to the active roster earlier this week, has a chance to get some playing time here this afternoon. How much? We'll just have to wait and see. There are some achievable individual marks for some players on Buffalo's roster, chief among them James Cook, who sits just 29 yards away from his second consecutive 1,000-yard rushing season and a touchdown away from tying the Bills' single-season rushing record of 16 set by O.J. Simpson. We know that would mean a lot to Cook himself, but what about his offensive line, too?
Yeah, that's another badge of honor. The Bills currently sit there with the least amount of sacks in the league. If you could also have a 1,000-yard rusher, guy leading the league in touchdowns, he has a chance to lead the league in total points this season. That's a big deal. The offensive lineman, besides maybe All-Pro and Pro Bowls, we don't get a whole lot of recognition outside of maybe a pat on the back, some good words said about you here and there. And so for this offensive line room, including Aaron Cromer, the head coach, that would mean a lot to this group. But you got to play that balancing game, because as much as the offensive line and Cromer would love to wear that as a badge of honor, they would love to have him healthy next week, so you don't want to overdo it here today in New England.
Yeah, and actually Cook only needs 19 yards to reach 1,000. Not 29. He has 981 so far on the season. Last Bills running back to put up back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons, LaShawn McCoy in 2016 and 2017, running behind you and Incognito and the boys, going for 1267 and 1138 respectively. Time for Eric's Keys to the Game, which are brought to you by the Western New York Ford dealers and the all-purpose affordable Ford Bronco Sport.
A little different this week with the keys to the game, considering the win isn't necessarily the most important thing when you're already locked into the 2 seed. So key number 1 here today in New England is get some experience for some of these backups. Injuries can happen. These guys are going to get a lot of meaningful snaps today in an NFL regular season game that maybe you wouldn't otherwise get if you weren't in this position, so you can get some valuable experience that you may need this year or the following. Number 2, there's a couple positions on defense where there needs to be some evaluation. You got to see if Matt Milano can continue his forward progress at linebacker and solidify his starting spot in the playoffs, or you could potentially be going back to Dorian Williams, who played at a high level throughout this season. Then also at safety, Damar Hamlin will be returning to the lineup. Is he back to speed after missing multiple games, or do you potentially go back to Cole Bishop in the playoffs? And number 3, the key is to stay healthy. Whether it's one of the starters or backups that are playing here today, the Bills would love to come out of here unscathed on the injury front.
All right, so the Bills' offense has already set a couple of records. Most offensive touchdowns scored with 61, most points in a season with 509. But there is one that Joe Brady and his offense want in particular. 13 different players have caught touchdown passes for Buffalo this season. It ties a team record. They want to top that record here today. Who are your most likely suspects to make that happen? Are we looking at a big boy touchdown maybe today?
Potentially. I mean, key number 1, I would say Reggie Gilliam. Reward that guy for all he's done this season. It's kind of surprising to me he hasn't got a touchdown yet this season, because they can run those play-action fakes and get Josh out on a rollout, and he runs a good amount of pass routes throughout the season. Reggie Gilliam would be 1.
Yeah.
2, I would say, get the big man touchdown going today. Throw a bone to one of your offensive linemen on a play-action rollout as well. Number 3 could be a potential Philly special type play where you throw it back to the quarterback and you get Mitch Trubisky or Mike White that 14th.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
The coin toss and opening kickoff are coming up. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Hey, Sal Capaccio here, and after insulating our home, I really want to tell you how great USA Insulation is. Their team did a detailed assessment, showed us exactly where the insulation was needed. My home is now quieter, and I'm already seeing energy savings. With federal tax credits up to 30% and NYSERDA incentives at 50%, I saved nearly 80% of my home insulation. And you can too. Call USA Insulation, 716-431-4500.
USA Insulation.
Save money and stay comfortable.
Earth movers, aerial lifts, compaction, concrete equipment, forklifts, telehandlers, and a whole lot more. Skyworks Equipment Rental has the right construction equipment and tools you need to get the job done. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, and delivering to job sites nationwide, you can trust Skyworks to deploy equipment when and where you need it. To rent, purchase, or to schedule service for your own equipment with our factory-trained technicians, visit SkyworksLLC.com. Skyworks, building America from the ground up.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey, hey, hey's. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. Because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniveradifference.com.
The Buffalo Bills pregame show is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By the Barnes Firm. Injured? For help, call 1-800-8-million.
By Skyworks Equipment Rental. Building America from the ground up.
By Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today.
By Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time, Bills fans.
And by Snapdragon Apples, the official apple of the Buffalo Bills.
The following is a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
Week 18 of the NFL season, and the Bills have nothing to play for. That's correct. The number 2 seed is sewed up. All they need to do is not get hurt and wait to see who they'll play next week. And today, the only thing the Patriots have to play for is to see how high their draft pick will be. Let's get this game out of the way and get on to the playoffs. Buffalo Bills football is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. Now, live from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, here's Sal Capaccio, Eric Wood, and your voice of the Buffalo Bills, Chris Brown.
All right, welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Let's take a moment to honor the brave men and women of our military and thank them for all the sacrifices they have made to keep us safe. We salute you. This salute is proudly presented by Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law, fighting to get our veterans the disability benefits they deserve. It's Hiller time. We're just about ready for the opening coin toss, but while we wait for that, another mark the Bills would like to match is sweeping the division. Buffalo is 5-0 on the season against the AFC East. The last time they swept the division was the 2020 season. Coach McDermott said they are playing to win the game. It would be a very fitting to pair their 5th straight AFC East title with an unblemished mark in the division as well. So that is what is on the line. Captains going out for Buffalo: Dorian Williams, Cam Lewis, and Mitch Trubisky. We got Kyle Duggar, Dietrich Wise, and Jacoby Brissett. For the Patriots, Alan Eck, your official today. Let's go down to him for the opening coin toss. Did one other game for the Bills this season.
Gentlemen, since Buffalo is the visiting team, they will call the toss. This side is heads, this side is tails. What's your choice?
Tails.
Tails has been called. Tails, Buffalo's won the toss. You want the ball, correct? Which way you want to kick? Buffalo won the toss, deferred to the second half. New England will receive the opening kickoff. Good luck, gentlemen.
So the Bills win the toss and defer. They will kick it off to the Patriots. Today's starting lineups brought to you by Losi and Ganji, workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers. First for the Bills offense.
Curtis Samuel, wide receiver, The Ohio State University.
Tylen Grable, athlete, UCF.
Dave Edwards, guard, Wisconsin.
Cedric Van Pran Granger, center, Georgia. Osiris Torrance, guard, University of Florida.
Spencer Brown, Northern Iowa, offensive tackle.
Dalton Kincaid, tight end, Utah.
Josh Allen, quarterback, Wyoming.
James Cook, running back, Georgia.
Keon Coleman, wide receiver.
Khalil Shakir, wide receiver, Boise State.
And now for the Bills defense.
AJ Epinesa, defensive end, Iowa.
Dwayne Carter, defensive tackle, Duke University.
Austin Johnson, D-tackle, Penn State.
Casey Tuhill, defensive end, Stanford University.
Matt Milano, linebacker, Boston College.
Terrell Bernard, linebacker, Baylor.
Jamarcus Ingram, cornerback, Buffalo.
Russell Douglas, cornerback, West Virginia University.
Kyer Elam, cornerback, University of Florida.
DeMar Hamlin, safety, University of Pittsburgh.
Taylor Rapp, safety, University of Washington.
All right, so we're just moments away from kickoff here. Bills wearing their all-white Stormtrooper looks. White from top to bottom, including socks. Blue numbers on the jerseys for the Patriots. It's the silver helmets, navy blue jerseys with white numbers, silver pants with the blue and red stripe down the side. blue socks. Opening kickoff brought to you by Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Alex Erickson deep to return along with Antonio Gibson as Tyler Bass will get us started here in the final week of the regular season. Bills still do not know who their wild card weekend playoff opponent will be. The 4 o'clock games today will help decide that. Tyler Bass puts it up and away, and we are underway here at Gillette Stadium. And Gibson catches it 5 yards deep in the end zone, takes a knee for a touchback as the offense will come out for the Patriots. And looking over there, yes, it will be Drake May, who in fact starts this game for New England. Buffalo's defense comes out, and there will be some backups in the starting lineup.
Number 70 is eligible.
Caden Wallace coming on as a 6th offensive lineman here, as we have Gibson as the lone setback in the backfield. May will go under center. A receiver to each side on this heavy set. Bourne in motion right to left here on 1st and 10 from the 30. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Gibson, works over the right side. Good penetration there by Jamarcus Ingram, who got the start today. Comes off the edge, and only a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Jamarcus Ingram's got great size to play that slot. He's 6'2", and he shoots the gap just inside the right tackle for the Patriots and makes that play right at the line of scrimmage. That's a heck of a play by Jamarcus.
May in the shotgun. Gibson to his right. In motion is Douglas left to right. So 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And the snap count is messed up by the center, Cole Strange. Everybody else moved. He did not. And this is Cole Strange's second career start at center, Eric.
5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Yeah, he was a surprise pick in the 2022 draft when they took him in the 1st round. Ben Brown, who is out of Ole Miss. He started all year at center. He's out today with a concussion, and so we see some early communication mishaps on this Patriots O-line without Ben Brown in the middle early here.
5-yard penalty makes it a 2nd and 13 from the 27. May in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gibson in the backfield to the left of May. Here's the snap. Fires over the right side, intended for the tight end Hooper. In coverage there was Andreessen. It's incomplete as the pass was a little bit high. Let's go down the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, I'm looking at the Bills personnel here. Interesting. Eddie Ulofoshio got the start basically next to Joe Andreessen. And you're right, guys, it's Jamarcus Ingram at the slot position, Kyer Elam and Rasul Douglas on the outside.
And the Bills going to nickel defense here now, and Cam Lewis going to be in the slot. Von Miller also on the field. 2 tight end set here for the Patriots on 3rd and 13. May in the shotgun here. Here's the snap, back to pass, pressure coming from Von Miller, and he's got him wrapped up for a sack. And for Von Miller, that was a very important sack as he hits his $1.5 million bonus, Eric.
And he did the Bills a favor this offseason, restructuring his contract. So he gave the Bills a break, and he makes up $1.5 million of it back. They put him in on that 3rd down. He was shot out of a rocket coming off the right side of that Patriots offensive line.
That's his 6th sack of the season as Behringer punts it away. It's short, and it's going to bounce at the Buffalo 42. Bills players just trying to get away from the football, and it's down by Christian Ellis. And the officials will mark it at the Buffalo 46-yard line as Buffalo's offense will come out. And a cheer from the crowd as there is a healthy contingent of Bills fans cheering Josh Allen here. And the Bills' first drive of the game brought to you by your Upstate Honda dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today. So for Josh Allen, it's his 115th consecutive start. It's the longest active streak in the league. The next closest player is Jared Goff with just 53 starts. He is miles ahead of everybody.
It's remarkable how Josh has been able to be available for this franchise week in and week out. He puts his body on the line each and every week, but then also always shows up the following.
3 receivers to the left, Cook to the left of Allen in the shotgun, and now Samuel with some motion late. Here's the snap, handoff to Cook, working over the left side through a hole, and he's out over midfield, and that'll be it for Josh as he subs out after 1 snap, waves to the crowd, and Mitchell Trubisky will come in for Buffalo at quarterback.
That's about as easy of a day's work as Josh has ever had, especially in this stadium. Generally, the Patriots fielding a pretty strong defense. He hands that ball off to Cook. He comes out of the game, and takes a nice ovation, which he deserves.
4-yard gain on the play for Cook makes it 2nd and 6. Morris into the game. Cook in the backfield to the right of Trubisky. Here's the snap. Quick hitter on the left sideline to Samuel. Gets through a hole and near the first down marker. Brought down at the 45 in New England territory. It's a gain of 5. Going to bring up 3rd and 1.
They're going to get right back up on the ball. Looks like they're going to get in their sneak formation.
And it is a sneak over the left side by Trubisky. Gets a push from James Cook. It's going to be close here as the officials come in from the sidelines. He's right at the marker. It's going to come down to the spot of the football as we're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. It's 4th down, says head official Alan Eck.
It's amazing. Those QB sneaks aren't quite as automatic when you don't have 17 in there. Trubisky stopped just short there. I'd get up and run that sneak again, just assuming that you can get the inches that are required. Initially, it looked like the side judge on the other side of the field was going to give the Bills the first, but ultimately moves them back about 6 inches behind the line.
Heavy set here again. Ray Davis right behind Mitchell Trubisky, who sneaks it over the left side. I don't know if he got it. His feet kind of slipped, but now it looks as though the measurement might be good enough. Oh, no, they say no, he didn't get it. Turnover on downs. Alan Eck very quickly did not wait for his 2 linesmen to come in and measure. He said it's going the other way. Dunn Tire is looking forward to serving you for another 50 years. Dunn Tire, the official tire dealer of the Buffalo Bills. No score with 11:43 left in the first quarter, as the New England offense is going to come out onto the field here, and the day is over also for Drake May. We're going to take a break, though. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
See your local Upstate Honda dealer for our fuel-efficient lineup and reserve your Honda today.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Fiegel, Carr & Joyce, your border attorneys.
By Freed Maxit, a top 100 accounting and consulting firm in the nation.
By Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills.
By ECMC, go where the Bills go.
By Univera Healthcare, right here for Western New York teams on and off the field.
This is Buffalo Bills football.
Hi, I'm Lou Nutrino. Ever wonder if what someone else does with their finances is what's right for you? You need to build a roadmap that fits your lifestyle. It's time to let others.
Hey, let's go, Buffalo! Oh yeah, nothing better than hey! Bills Mafia, where are you watching from? Now's the time of the show. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat. City and state in the USA, city and province in Canada, international. Let's see how far out our reach is, Bills Mafia. Thank you for participating in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get back to the football. Let's end the season on a high note, Buffalo Bills fans. And let's get ready for the playoffs.
Upgrade your ground game with the versatile RAV4. Or there's Grand Highlander and Tundra, our full-size Defenders. And here's an extra point. All these vehicles come with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Visit Toyota.com or head to your local Toyota dealership. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Sideline Report brought to you by Richmond Vona Personal Injury Attorneys. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona. The Buffalo Bills not only signed Mike White to the active roster, they extended his contract by a year. So he's up today, but the difference from being up and on the sidelines, I should say, but the difference from being on the sidelines from other games, he's in uniform and he's helping out, and we expect him to get play time later today, guys.
All right, thanks, Sal. As we told you right before the break, Joe Milton, the rookie 6th-round pick for the Patriots, in at quarterback after that first series by May.
Yeah, the last thing you would want to happen if you're New England here is get Drake May dinged up in this one instead of being able to develop all offseason, worry about rehabbing.
Fakes the handoff, play action, roll out to the right. In pursuit is Tuhill, fires, and the pass is complete to Douglas for a first down at the Buffalo 43-yard line. It's into Buffalo territory here, 1st and 10.
Milton is a specimen out there. He's 6'5", 246 pounds. He can run, and he's got an absolute cannon for an arm. He showed off some arm strength there, hitting Douglas on the crossing route across the field.
Gain of 12 on the play. It'll bring up a fresh set of downs for New England. As Milton is under center now, the lone setback Gibson. Douglas in motion to the left side, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap, handoff to Gibson over the right side, looking for some running room, fights off a tackle, and is brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 on the play, and Andreessen on the stop.
We saw in that last possession, the Bills had back-to-back quarterback sneaks on 3rd and 1, and that 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, and the actual snap was fumbled on 4th and 1. That could be a tough situation for a center. Van Pran Granger not able to get that snap up to Trubisky there, which caused the turnover on downs.
Single tight end set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Milton in the shotgun, back to pass, pressure coming, gets rid of it underneath, and the complete pass to the check down is down to the 36-yard line. A host of tacklers, including Andreessen and Ulafosio. Gibson on the reception out of the backfield, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 3.
Javon Solomon and Austin Johnson almost got there for the sack on the last one. Instead, it's going to be 4th and 3 coming up. Ulafosio and Andreessen did a good job not letting him get up the field after the catch to get closer to the sticks.
Milton going to work from the shotgun here. Gibson split out. Milton back to pass, fires out to the right side. He's got Douglas for a first down, spins away from Hamlin to get another couple of yards, and then Hamlin wrestles him over the sideline. But it's another first down for New England, as we've got 9:40 and counting left in this opening quarter, no score, and the Patriots on the move.
So we still have Rasul Douglas in at corner for the Bills, Rapp and Hamlin on the back end at safety, and then Elam at the opposite corner. At some point, I'd expect to see Rasul Douglas get out of this game, whether it's a couple series or the first quarter. I'd expect to see him come out.
2 tight ends set here for the Patriots. Milton under center. It's a handoff to Gibson over the right side. Good penetration there. And wrapping him up is Javon Solomon, who got him right on the edge and held him to no gain on the play.
This will be valuable experience for Javon Solomon here today. Throughout this season, as a rookie, he's flashed in pass rush reps for the Bills team. I thought he was at times has been a liability in the run game. That was very good by him there to come down the line of scrimmage and stop that for no gain. Actually, sorry, a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, it's actually a loss of 2. Here's Milton in the shotgun. Another handoff and more penetration from Buffalo. Quentin Jefferson and Javon Solomon there again. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long, as this is going to go for another loss of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 14.
This Patriots offensive line has been shuffled around a little bit because of injury, but they've been terrible all season long. It's actually incredible what Drake May was able to do behind this offensive line this year. Maybe the worst offensive line in football.
2 tight ends set here on 3rd and 13 for the Patriots at the Buffalo 32. 8:05 left and counting, and we are scoreless. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Milton takes the snap in the shotgun, steps up in the pocket, has time, fires to the left sideline, and it's complete to Kayshon Boutte. He's right at the first down marker. They're going to mark him a yard short. This is go for it territory for a 3-14 team, Eric.
Right, they're going to go for this one again, so they're going to get right back up on the line of scrimmage, and they're actually lining up fast. It looks like the Bills are going to get a QB sneak here from Milton.
Milton does, in fact, take the sneak and lunges forward. And all 6'5", 248 pounds of him. We'll see what they say based on the spot as to whether or not he got it. It is a first down, says head referee Alan Eck. Dwayne Carter in on the tackle, but not before it got past the marker. So a fresh set of downs here for the Patriots with 7:10 and counting left in this opening quarter. We are scoreless, but the Patriots, who forced a turnover on downs themselves at their own 45, are still on the move here with Joe Milton at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left here on 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Gibson inside, but he is body slammed to the ground by Javon Solomon, who is playing some inspired ball here early.
We talked about one of the keys to the game was to get some experience for some of these backups. And one of the guys early on who's making the most of these opportunities is Javon Solomon. He's played excellent so far against this Patriots run game.
Javon Solomon, undersized at just over 6 feet tall, but he has gigantic hands, 12-inch hands, and they are powerful. Milton from the shotgun throws to the right. Pass is complete to the tight end Hooper, wrapped up by Andreessen. It's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play.
Hunter Henry, the Patriots' #1 tight end, is out for this game. We expect Austin Hooper to get plenty of work here. When you're talking about young quarterbacks, oftentimes their best friend can be the tight end. That's their outlet, and we've seen Hooper get a couple targets so far early in this one.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 from the Buffalo 13. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Milton in the shotgun, and now Douglas in motion right to left. Here's the snap. Looking left. Steps up in the pocket, goes underneath, throws behind Gibson, but it's complete. Gets away from Ulofoshio. He's got a first down, and the surge is pushing him forward and down to the 1-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, New England. Damar Hamlin had him wrapped up initially, but some linemen for the Patriots joined the pile and started the push.
Yeah, Gibson's about 230 pounds, so he gets stood up there, but he keeps his legs going. And then as the Patriots rally to the football, it becomes almost like a rugby scrum at those times where the running back's just got to keep his feet.
Patriots back up on the ball quickly. Going to try the sneak with Milton over the left side on 1st and goal from the 1. Does not look like he got it, so it'll be 2nd and goal.
Those QB sneaks are so tough on the officials. They're coming in from the sideline just guessing. Where was that ball at? Because it's often they're just running into a big group of bodies. I mean, how you tell exactly where that ball is at times is beyond me. I thought maybe his surge was in the end zone there, and they're going to call him almost a full yard short.
It's a pile of humanity. I don't know how you got to try to assess whether the guy got in or not. Milton's going to work from the shotgun here. Gibson in the backfield, fakes the handoff. It's a keeper to Milton, who is going to waltz into the end zone untouched and does a backflip to boot. Joe Milton runs it in from a yard out. His first rushing touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are out in front here first, 6-0 with the extra point pending.
Kendrick Bourne went and scooped that football. Joe Milton's first touchdown of his career. He's going to bring that ball to him there on the sideline. Just a little read option play there. The Bills sold out for the run with Gibson, and it left Milton on the edge all by himself.
So Joey Sly on for the extra point attempt. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick on the way. And it is good. 4:25 left in this opening quarter, and the Patriots out to a 7-0 lead as we're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for What's Next. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to Herman Schrader, Becoming Earnhardt Season 2, Door Bumper Clear, The Teardown, or even Speed Street for you IndyCar fans, we're covering every angle of motorsports in the off-season. Dirty Mo Media is your home for all things NASCAR now on the Sirius XM app. You get your podcasts.
It's soccer's most thrilling league.
Only the Premier League can make you feel like this.
And now every match is on the Sirius XM app.
Can you believe it?
From the title race.
This is remarkable. Keeps this title charge on track, surely.
To the relegation fight.
The impossible may still be possible.
Hear every English Premier League match on the Sirius XM app and talk about all the EPL drama on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
The college football playoff semifinals are on Sirius XM. Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern, Penn State takes on Notre Dame.
And the Irish will go play in the semifinal. Woo!
Then Friday at 7:30 Eastern, the Longhorns of Texas and Ohio State meet up in Dallas.
Jeremiah Smith with another magical catch.
Get your channel numbers at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule or search college football on the SiriusXM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio Channel 84.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Jim Kelly, only one Andre Reed, and one Bruce Smith. There's only one Lombardi Trophy only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at profootballhof.com.
Get a little home cooking right on your phone. Your hometown announcers are always on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Back at Gillette Stadium, Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. New England up 7-0 after a successful drive that began after a turnover on downs. They converted a fourth down of their own to keep their drive alive, and it culminates with a 1-yard touchdown run on a read option keeper by rookie quarterback Joe Milton, who is into the game and presumably will go the rest of the way here for New England after Drake May played the first series and then exited. Joey Sly set to kick this one off to Ty Johnson and Brandon Codrington for Buffalo, who are deep to return with 4:25 left in this opening quarter. Kick is up and away, and it's going to fall at the 4-yard line. Johnson will take it from there out to the 20, 25, lowers his shoulder, and is dropped right there at the 25. Titus Leo, Monty Rice on the tackle after the 21-yard return by Johnson.
Similar group going out for the Bills right now. Keon Coleman and Mac Hollins in at receiver. James Cook is still going to be in the game at running back. He's now 15 yards away from 1,000 on the season. He's also one away from the Bills touchdown record, currently held by, I believe, O.J. Simpson, correct?
O.J. Simpson has the single season rushing touchdown record of 16. Cook has 15. Trubisky in the shotgun, Cook to his left. Late motion from Keon Coleman. He's going to take a throw out in the left flat. Blockers in front on the receiver screen, dodging tacklers, and it looks like he's got a first down. No, they're going to mark him a half-yard short for a gain of 9. They said his knee was down, shy of the marker. Christian Ellis on the stop.
They brought Keon Coleman back in the backfield in a motion. They're going to get right back on the ball.
Here's Trubisky, hands it off to Cook. Goes inside, bounces off a tackler. He's got the first down, and he's out to the 40-yard line. So it's a gain of 6 on the play. As we have 3:45 and counting left in this first quarter, Devon Godshaw on the stop.
I might be rooting as hard as anybody for James Cook to just get over 1,000 so they get him out of this football game. Give Bray Davis some experience in this one, and also get James Cook the heck out of this game.
Yeah, he might re-enter the game if they're in the red zone, try to get him the touchdown record. But yeah, get him to 1,000, get him off. He's to the left of Trubisky here. Morris into the game at tight end. Here's the snap. Another handoff to Cook. Bobbing and weaving through traffic. Gets out to the 45-yard line for a gain of 5. He's getting awfully close here.
And James Cook has had a heck of a season. The way he's developed as a running back this season has been incredible. The vision that he shows, the pace is what's almost more impressive than even the vision, where there's times where he hits the hole straight downhill with a ton of speed. There's other times where he takes his time and then gets into his speed. He's been remarkable this year.
Ray Davis into the game. Pistol look here with Trubisky in the shotgun. Reggie Gilliam off the right side of the formation. Fakes the pitch. Looking over the middle. Fires. And it's complete to Mac Hollins for a first down. Gain of 15 on the play into New England territory at the 45. And Mac Hollins only needs one more reception for a $50,000 bonus.
Yeah,
I feel like we're on the Price is Right here today, Eric.
Well, when it's week 18, you add that extra game, there's going to be some meaningless games out there. We got one here. As far as playoff seeding goes, you can have some fun with it, and we can have some fun tracking some of these incentives.
Cook back into the game here on 1st and 10 from the 44, and he's going to get the handoff from Trubisky over the left side. Gets stood up at the 41-yard line. So it's a gain of 3 on the play, and he's getting awfully close here. He's 2 yards away from 1,000.
Give him one more carry here, and then let's get our man Cook off the field till we get in the tight red zone.
So Morris will stay on the field, as will Gilliam. Cook going to line up to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun. It's a bunch formation on the right. Coleman by himself on the left, and now Cook in a pistol look as Gilliam goes in motion right to left here on 2nd and 7. Here's the snap. Trubisky back to pass, fires over the middle, complete to Hollins, and there's a $50,000 bonus for a glue guy. And Hollins, he's got the first down, converting the 2nd and 7 with a 12-yard pass play. Christian Ellis on the tackle.
We got a flag down in the backfield. We'll see if this one's coming back. This might be a...
Oh, no.
That might have been a... No?
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 91, defense. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
So that'll take that off.
So Mac Hollins, he's going to get his second catch, so he gets that $50,000 bonus. If he got 72 yards in the game today, he gets another $200,000. So we could be tracking his yards as well, from my understanding. Mac wants to play as much as they'll let him play in this game, but what a signing he was this offseason. You called him the glue guy. Everyone in the locker room loves him, but he has produced, and he's got the most receiving touchdowns on the year for the Bills.
The mark-off puts the Bills in the Relax red zone. Relax, we got this. Pitch to the right side to Cook, and that will put him over 1,000 yards on the season, as he goes for about 8 yards on the carry. So congrats to James Cook, who becomes the first Bills running back with back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons since LaShawn McCoy did it in 2016 and 17.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment. It shows the consistency that he's brought each season since he's been a Buffalo Bill.
He's going to stay in the game, stand to the left of Trubisky in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, Quentin Morris on the right, detached. Late motion from Curtis Samuel. Here's the snap. Hand off to Cook, working his way over the right side. And he gets down to the 9-yard line. He's going to be very close, to the 4-yard line. He's going to be very close to a first down. So we'll see if he moves the sticks for a 1st and goal. What do they say here? Yeah. That's going to be 3rd down.
And I think this is going to take us to the end of this first quarter as well.
Eric Johnson on the tackle there for the Patriots as the first quarter expires.
This is the end of the first quarter.
So it'll be a 3rd and inches situation when we come back, as it's time to make the switch to the second quarter, brought to you by Northwest Bank. Helping you reach your goals with real-life solutions and advice. Go to Northwest.com, Northwest Bank, for what's next. 7-0 Patriots. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
After an accident, life can be scary, stressful, tricky. You need Richmond Vona to help navigate the process. The team at Richmond Vona provides high levels of support so you get the settlement you need and the new beginning you deserve. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona. Call 716-600-HURT. That's 716-600-4878. Or go to richmondvona.com. 192 Seneca Street, Buffalo, New York. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Freed Maxick is one of the largest locally owned public accounting firms in the Western New York region and a top 100 CPA firm in the nation. Freed Maxick has over 300 employees who enjoy a wide range of unique benefits. Freed Maxick has opportunities at all levels for in-person and remote talent. Join the Freed Maxick team and start or continue your career with a world-class firm. Visit our website at freedmaxick.com/careers to learn more and apply. Freed Maxick. Trust earned.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next chance to skip the trip, thanks to Mobile Deposit, the easy way to deposit checks from your phone. The next way to split the bill. With Zelle, the app that lets you safely send money to just about anyone. Even the next contact-free shopping spree. Simply add your Northwest Visa credit card to your mobile wallet. It's all part of Northwest Checking, with 3 flexible options to fit your life. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com, member FDIC.
The team at Anderson Water, Power, and Air want to ensure that you're always prepared. With our Western New York weather, you never know when the next blizzard will strike. No matter the weather, the team at Anderson is ready to help you weather the storm. Snow, sleet, or hail, we install in any weather, and our 24/7 emergency service is there when you need it. Visit powerbyAnderson.com to ensure that your home is prepared for winter. That's powerbyAnderson.com.
Tap into Anderson.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Final regular season week in the National Football League. Let's take a look at your scores. Carolina and Atlanta are tied at 3. Atlanta needs this one to try and still win the NFC South. The Dallas Cowboys have a 3-0 lead over the Washington Redskins. Bears lead the Packers 7-0. 7-7 with the Jags and the Colts. 7-0 Eagles over the Giants. 3-3 Saints and Bucks. Bucks still also looking for the NFC South title. And the Texans lead the Tennessee Titans 7-0. That's your NFL scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
All right, thanks, Sal. 3rd and inches situation here for Buffalo as we begin the second quarter. New England up 7-0. 3rd and inches from the New England 5-yard line. Trubisky under center. Gilliam and Cook in the backfield. They give it to the up man, Reggie Gilliam, who lowers his head, spins off a tackle. He has the first down. It'll be 1st and goal, but he only gets to the 1.5-yard line. So a fresh set of downs here for Buffalo, and this very well, Eric, could be Cook time.
It better be Cook time. You got the ball in the 2, let him go over the top or let him find a crease and get that franchise-tying record touchdown here and then get him out of this ball game here early in the second quarter.
That was Reggie Gilliam's first carry of the season. Cook in the backfield. The lone setback here as Trubisky goes under center. There's the snap, pitch to Cook. Dodges one tackler, and the penetration comes off the left side of the Patriots defense, and they bury Cook at the 4-yard line. Anthony Jennings on the stop. He was there first, but there were a host of tacklers behind him.
Yeah, I didn't love that pitch play there. I'd like to see them hand that one off downhill just to prevent the possibility of going backwards.
And Cook isn't happy either. He's looking at the sideline saying, give me a downhill run. That's exactly what he said. He's to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun here on 2nd and goal from the 5 after that loss of 4. There's a snap. Another give to Cook, working up the middle, gets tripped up from behind on an ankle tackle there, made by Jennings again. He did fall forward for a gain of 1, and very quickly it's 3rd and goal from the 4. And now Cook's going to exit. Ray Davis will enter.
Yeah, as much as these, records and all of this matter, you also got to protect your bell cow back. I mean, James Cook, you need him in the playoffs.
So Davis the lone setback. Coleman split out wide to the left. Samuel inside of him. And now he's going to go in motion left to right. Fakes the handoff to Davis. Blitz coming. Trubisky dumps it off to Hollins, who catches it at the 1, but he's stopped. Brought down by Marcellus Dial, who dropped him at the 1-yard line and kept him from getting into the end zone. Bills are going to go for it here on 4th and goal as they marked Hollins down at the 1. Davis and Gilliam in for this 4th down play as Buffalo's going for it.
Yeah, I might have put James Cook back in for this one. Sean McDermott might have pulled the plug on that operation saying, hey, James, your day is done. We'll see.
So Trubisky under center here. 3 receivers on the field. Coleman by himself on the left. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Roll out. Davis open, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Mitch Trubisky with his 2nd passing touchdown of the season. It goes to the rookie Davis as we are an extra point away from a tie ball game.
That's an exact same touchdown he had on a reception earlier in the year from Josh Allen right around the goal line. They faked the handoff to Ray Davis. Well, as the backers come downhill, it's hard to keep up with him going out to the flat, and he gets in for the easy score.
Bills are lined up for the Catholic Health extra point. Catholic Health, the right way to care. There's a snap by Ferguson, hold by Martin, kick by Bass is up, and it is good. 12:09 left in this first half, and we are tied at 7 after the 1-yard touchdown pass from Trubisky to Davis. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
Working too hard to give you a heart attack.
You want to become good? Work. Laying at Sweet 16s, parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs.
First record I remember buying was Time Out by Dave Brubeck.
Flabbergasted by that album, how good that was. You know the song Wipeout? I just adapted it to the piano.
The Billy Joel Channel is back on Sirius XM for a limited time, Channel 79 and the Sirius XM app.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray. Los Angeles Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh. Now you're back with an opportunity here in the playoffs. It happened pretty quick.
It feels good, really good. That's how it's felt, since day one, where everybody is doing anything and everything they can to help us be successful and to win. If you have that, it's just who could have it better.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive Sirius XM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
Sirius XM 97. Your home for great American comedy.
Buffalo fans, hear what Coach McDermott and the players have to say after each game on the Bills channel. 8:03 on the Sirius XM app.
Well, the Bills tie it up after a long 13-play, 75-yard drive. How about this, guys? 7:16, 7 minutes and 16 seconds off your clock. That's your Toyota drive time. Driven to you by Toyota, the official car truck of the Buffalo Bills. Mitch Trubisky hitting Ray Davis. Not the 14th different player to catch a touchdown. Ray already had one, but Ray Davis scores nonetheless.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Ray Davis now has 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 receiving touchdowns in this his rookie season. Bill's first score of the game brought to you by Salino Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. First in quality, first in service. Call 6-8-FLUSH. First, Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming alive from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. As Tyler Bass sets to kick this one off to Antonio Gibson and Alex Erickson, who are deep to return for New England. 12:09 left in the half, tied at 7 here at Gillette Stadium. There's the kick. It's a driven ball, and it's going to go through the end zone for a touchback. So the New England offense will come out and start at their own 30-yard line as Joe Milton, after a successful touchdown drive on the last possession, comes out and sees what he can do here.
Bills are in base defense now with Dorian Williams also on the field at linebacker, and Jamarcus Ingram is at outside cornerback for Rasul Douglas, who's got a ball cap on the sideline right now, so I'd expect his day is done.
Milton under center here. Gibson in motion as he split out to the right side with a pair of tight ends. And he's going to get the screen pass, but Jamarcus Ingram read it like a book, and he dropped him for a 3-yard loss. He saw that coming a mile away.
Jamarcus Ingram's a stud. I mean, all that he does for the Bills, special teams-wise, being able to fill in on spot duty. The opening game of the season, he gets the game-sealing pass breakup against Arizona. He's made a really nice impact on this season.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Gibson, the lone setback to the left of Milton in the shotgun on 2nd and 13. Back to pass, pressure coming, gets rid of the football to Bourne. It's complete, and he's wrapped up by Joe Andreessen and Casey Toohill, who came off the line in pursuit on the backside of the play. But Eric, Javon Solomon in there again, got a quarterback hit.
He's playing very well here today. And so now on 3rd down coming up, Codrington comes off the field, who was in at cornerback. Cam Lewis checked in. Just an interesting shuffle there. I'd expected to see Codrington just stay on the field at corner.
Going with the nickel package, and Cam's in the slot here on 3rd and 4 from the Patriots 36. Somebody might have left early there on a false start. I think it was the left tackle, Vidarian Lowe.
Yeah, and he's got Javon Solomon across from him, and he tries to get an early jump, just understanding the speed that Solomon's bringing on each and every play.
Yeah, he's been blowing his doors off since he's gotten onto the field after Von Miller got the first 3rd down and a sack.
Vaughn got that sack early. They let him actually rush the passer one other time, maybe just getting a quarter's worth of work. And so as they hit the second quarter, we're not letting you chase anymore those sack bonuses.
Ball start, number 59, offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
So that'll make it a 3rd and 9, and back the Patriots up to their own 31 here with 10:48 left in the half, tied at 7.
Lowe's complaining that Solomon actually got the early jump and entered the neutral zone before he jumped off sides, but from our view of it, it looks like the officials got that one right.
It's a common lobbying effort from an offensive tackle.
Absolutely. You got to politic for it. Maybe get the next one come in your favor.
Good job.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Milton in the shotgun here. Back to pass, has time, looking left, and completes it. And first down yardage and more for Booty as he's all the way out to the 45. It's a gain of 14 on the play and a fresh set of downs. Jamarcus Ingram on the stop.
Ingram had pretty good coverage there till the very end. He lost his footing on the comeback route, slipped on this turf a little bit, which created just enough separation for the third down completion and conversion.
Milton in the shotgun here. Terrell Jennings, the rookie, to his right. He's going to get the handoff, go right up the middle through a hole, and is stood up there on a play by Taylor Rapp, who filled at the second level, but not before a 6-yard gain. He'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Rapp's had a great season for the Bills. You come in, you got big shoes to fill, filling in for Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, 2 guys that had made such an impact at the safety position on this franchise. But they signed Taylor Rapp to an extension this offseason, and he's played really well throughout this year for this defense.
Bill's going to go with base defense here as they bring Dorian Williams on as the 3rd linebacker. Milton in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass, pressure coming, runs out of the pocket to the right, gets away from Dwayne Carter, fires back across the field to a wide-open Kayshon Boutte, who is going to stroll into the end zone for a 49-yard touchdown reception. Dwayne Carter got pressure but couldn't catch Milton, and the secondary lost sight of Boutte, who was all by himself and ran the final 10 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, we're not getting to see a replay right now to see what exactly happened, other than as Milton left the pocket and just continued to create space, he just got lost back there. Boutte originally came on just an in-breaking route over the second level of the defense. And so as Milton left the pocket, he takes off deep. Taylor Rapp doesn't see him get behind the defense, and it goes for the score.
There's the snap on the extra point. Kick by Sly is up, and it is good. 9:10 left in the half, and the Patriots have reestablished their 7-point lead. They're up 14-7. Today's Buffalo Bills radio broadcast proudly presented by Hain Supply. From their Buffalo roots to nationwide sales and service, they are your industrial contractor supplier. 9:10 left in the half. Patriots up 14-7. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
My attorneys at the Barnes firm settled my job accident case for 65 times more than insurance said they'd pay. Glad I called.
After a car rear-ended me, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $800,000.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
I called. My case was worth $600,000.
What's your case worth? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
Kaleida Health is there as families become complete. In a parent's fight to get back home. In kids facing big challenges and finding big joy. And in moments of gratitude that live on long past a life-changing moment. Behind so many Western New York stories, you'll find Kaleida Health. Because health lives here. Discover our patient stories and share your own at healthliveshere.com.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Catholic Health. Catholic Health, the right way to care.
By Losi and Ganji, workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers.
By Great Lakes Building Systems, our business is protecting your business.
By Dunn Tire, official tire dealer of the Buffalo Bills.
And by the Barnes firm. Injured? For help, call 1-800-8-million.
Hey, this is Sal Capaccio. There's a tire center within all Northtown stores that sells thousands and thousands of tires every year. Northtown's End Tire Center. How does Northtown's End Tire sell thousands of tires every year? From Goodyear to Firestone to Hankook to Mastercraft, they offer a price match guarantee, free rotations for life, and free nitrogen top off. That's what you want from your complete tire center. That's Northtown's End Tire. Start shopping at northtownauto.com. Let's go, Buffalo! Northtown Automotive, the official dealership of the Buffalo Bills.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Well, crowd-wise today, a lot of New England fans either sold their seats or did not show up. There are a lot of empty seats out here at Gillette Stadium, but still a good crowd on the lower bowl rooting on their team. But a lot of Bills fans either made the trip or a lot of people who live, obviously, in the New England area here today in Foxborough. That's your sideline report brought to you by Richmond Vona Personal Injury Attorneys. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona.
I was wondering how this crowd was going to be cheering today. They're sure cheering on their Patriots. I was wondering if they'd be cheering more for the Bills to solidify that number 1 draft pick.
Patriots have a 14-7 lead as Codrington takes the kickoff 5 yards deep in the end zone and drops to a knee for a touchback. So the Bills offense will come out at their own 30-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky set to lead the offense, led a touchdown drive on the last possession that went 13 plays, covered 75 yards. As Ray Davis will check into the game here along with Reggie Gilliam. Tylen Grable, the rookie, working at left tackle today. His fellow rookie, Cedric Van Pran Granger, at center. As it's just about all backups on the offensive line. Trubisky under center here. Gilliam and Davis in the backfield. Pitch going to come to the left. Davis picks a hole and he's through it and drops the shoulder, and he's out to the 36-yard line for a gain of 6. And he makes contact. You can feel it up here, Eric.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's 5'8", 220 pounds. I had him on my Saturday Night Buffalo podcast this week, and he said, I see myself more as a scat back, which I saw him run a kick return back for a touchdown and have another long touchdown against my Louisville Cardinals last year when he was playing for Kentucky. But it's amazing. He's a little bowling ball out there, but he sees himself as shifty, and then the power is just an added bonus.
He's going to take a pitch to the right here on 2nd and 4, and he's got the first down and more as he got the corner and then scooted up the field, and he's going to be marked down at the 43-yard line. So it's a gain of 7 on the play and a first down. Isaiah Bolden, the corner, made the tackle.
The first pitch, he cut it up inside and put his foot in the ground and was able to pick up positive yards. On that one, he circles the defense. He's got the speed to go outside and go around the defense. He also has the power to stick his foot in the ground and use some of that physicality up the middle.
Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank for what's next. Davis is split out wide to the right, now in motion right to left. Fakes the handoff. Trubisky back to pass, now thrown in the left flat to Davis. Tries to shake Keon White, the defensive end. He does, but the pursuit soon follows, and he can't get back to the line of scrimmage. This one's going to go for a loss of 2 as he's dropped at the 42-yard line by Alex Austin, the corner.
Yeah, Trubisky scanned down the field and ends up just having to dump this one down. He had Keon Coleman and Mac Hollins out there, but nothing going down the field. Nobody was open, so he just has to dump that one down and try and let Ray Davis get up the field for some positive yards.
So Davis in the backfield now is the lone setback. Trubisky under center, receiver to each side here on 2nd and 11. Pitch to the right side for Davis. Blockers in front, through a hole. First down yardage and more, and up the sideline. Down to the 35, and is finally brought down along the Patriots sideline. They're going to mark him out of bounds. Where does the ref have him? He's got him at the 34-yard line in New England territory. Big run there. As it goes for 23, Isaiah Bolden on the tackle.
Nice blocking on the outside by Ryan Vandermark, who's playing at right tackle today, and also Quentin Morris out there on the outside. I like these pitch plays here today. You got 5, backup offensive linemen out there. When you pitch the ball to perimeter, you're not requiring all 5 of them to get their job done on each and every play.
1st and 10 in the third. Quarterback Mike White lined up at receiver, but it's a handoff. Flag flies in late as Ty Johnson got it up over the 30-yard line to the 29. Actually going to mark him down at the 31. Let's see what Alan Eck has to say about the flag.
Holding, number 68 offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Well, Tylen Grable, the rookie who's playing left tackle today, the offender.
Well, I don't know who had Mike White catching the Bills' 14th different receiver catching a touchdown this season, but I guess it's a possibility here today.
I think it's because a lot of the other receivers are done for the day.
Yeah, so he's out there to block, just get in the way.
Line up as a decoy on the backside of a play.
Yep, and if he goes completely uncovered, flick it out to him.
Yeah, and he's out there again on the right side. 2 receivers to the left along with the tight end Morris. Late motion from Samuel. Trubisky going to throw it to Samuel on a receiver screen. Tries to duck it inside and is caught from behind there by Truman Jones. And he gets down to the 39-yard line. Gets 5 yards back after the penalty. It'll bring up 2nd and 14.
Man, I knew the Bills were going to be careful with their personnel here today, but this is taking it to a whole new level. So essentially what they're doing is they're splitting Mike White out to one side of the field, making the defense respect that he's even out there, and then working the opposite side of the field in your pass progressions.
Trubisky in the shotgun, Ty Johnson behind him. Back to pass on 2nd and 14. Looking deep down the left sideline for Coleman. He's got it, but I don't think he got 2 feet in bounds. In coverage there was Alex Austin, the former Bills 7th-round draft choice, but the pass drifted him over the sideline.
Yeah, it was a really nice grab by Keon, just based upon the ball placement. It was going to be impossible for him to keep his feet in bounds there, but he almost got that second foot down. It took a second for that back judge to rule it incomplete, just unable to get his feet down.
Just missed that second toe drop. So it'll be a 3rd and 14 from the Patriots 38 here with 5:26 left in the half. Patriots up 14-7. Johnson in the backfield to the left of Trubisky in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Has time. Looking over the middle on the check down. It's complete to Morris. It's going to be short of the first down marker as he's brought down at the 31. That's about 7 yards shy. Del Pettis on the stop, and the field goal unit will come out for Buffalo.
And I like this. Tyler Bass has kind of had a resurgence here in the second half of the season, showing off some better consistency than we saw early on in the season. Keep that momentum going, hopefully here on this 49-yard attempt.
This field goal attempt brought to you by Univera Healthcare, right here for Western New York teams on and off the field. It'll be a 49-yarder from the right hash for Bass. Snap by Ferguson, hold by Martin. Kick is long enough, and it is good. So Bass is true from 49 yards out and cuts the lead to 4 for New England as the Patriots now lead 14-10 with 4:39 left in the half. Take your life back with Catholic Health's Joint Centers, nationally recognized for faster recovery and better outcomes. This is Buffalo Bills football.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sports Grid Radio on SiriusXM has you covered this NFL season.
It all comes down to this in the NFC North. Sam Darnold and the Vikings go into Detroit to take on Jared Goff and the Lions with everything on the line. Will the Lions repeat as NFC North champions, or can the Vikings take back the throne? Make sure you tune in to Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio, channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2025 resolutions with motivation and advice on the Mel Robbins Podcast. Focus on nutrition and mental health on the Huberman Lab. And listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty to make mindfulness and wisdom a part of your everyday. Achieve your 2025 resolutions with SiriusXM Podcasts. SiriusXM Podcasts. Listen to all of these and so much more right now on the SiriusXM app.
A new era of the college football playoff is here, and you can hear every play, every touchdown, and every unbelievable moment on SiriusXM College Sports Radio.
Caught on a spinning move in the end zone.
With exclusive pregame analysis and in-depth postgame breakdowns, we're your ultimate destination for playoff action all month long.
At the 10, at the 5.
into the end zone! Don't miss a second of the college football playoff right here on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
With the Sirius XM app, you can hear your hometown announcers all season long. Just search for your team on the Sirius XM app and tap the star to save it as your favorite.
Kicks one through the uprights to cut into the Patriots' lead. 14-10 now. It is New England over Buffalo after Toyota drive time of 8 plays, 39 yards, 4 minutes and 31 seconds. That's driven to you by Toyota, the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills.
All right, so Antonio Gibson, Alex Erickson, deep to return for the Patriots. Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming alive from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. 14-10 Patriots here with 4:39 left in the half. And Joe Milton looking pretty good as the rookie 6th-round draft choice at quarterback for New England.
Yeah, playing against a number of backups, and then also Bass didn't get it to the line.
Yep. But Tyler Bass with a squib kick that bounced before the landing zone, which is the 20-yard line in. So that's a violation.
Kickoff short of the landing zone on number 2. The receiving team will take possession at the 40-yard line. First down, New England.
So that is the equivalent of a kick out of bounds, which will give the Patriots a drive start at their own 40.
But what I was saying, Joe Milton has looked excellent so far. Started this game, 6 for 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 9 for 9 now in the game. 123 yards, a touchdown.
And also has a rushing touchdown.
But you're also playing against mostly backups and a very vanilla game plan for the Bills defense.
Milton in the shotgun here on 1st and 10. Hands it off to Gibson, working around the left side. Gets away from Ingram on a tackle, and he's forced out of bounds by Dorian Williams. They're going to mark him out for a gain of 8 at the 48-yard line on New England's half of the field. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
2 tight end set here for the Patriots on 2nd and 2 from their own 48. Milton in the shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass, has time, fires to the left side, complete to Kendrick Bourne, who spins over the sideline out of bounds. Kaiir Elam in coverage, but it's a 4-yard gain and a first down to the Buffalo 48.
Joe Milton has no concerns right now, and neither do any of these guys out on the field for that number 1 draft pick. These guys are trying to earn a roster spot for next year, whether it's with New England or another team. There could be staff changes in New England. These guys are out there playing as hard as they can, and Milton's executed well.
Here's Milton in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, back to pass, over the middle, complete to Austin Hooper, the tight end, upended by Taylor Rapp and Dorian Williams, but it's another first down on a 14-yard pass play over the middle. Down to the Buffalo 34 as the Patriots offense is once again on the move.
Yeah, this Bills defense hasn't put up much of a fight after that first 3 and out of the game. On that first drive, they put in Von Miller on 3rd and long, and he's able to get into the backfield and get that sack to force that first punt.
Milton under center on a 2 tight end set, pitch to the left side to Gibson, but he's stopped dead in his tracks by Dorian Williams, who made a great play to disengage from the tackle DeMontre Jacobs and wrap him up. Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, and Dorian Williams makes that stop, guys. Joe Andrees has been in there. Eddie Ulofoshio. One player we have not seen play is Matt Milano. Do you think that's an indication of what they feel about Milano being still the starting will linebacker going in the playoffs?
I would say that's probably likely, wouldn't you, Eric? I thought he played his best game of the season last week.
Yeah, and you got to go with the benefit of the doubt that Matt Milano is going to regain some of the form we've seen from the former All-Pro.
Loss of 1 on the play. Javon Solomon tried to sack Milton. He spun away from it, and now he just throws it away out of bounds. Oh, Javon Solomon is beside himself as he whiffed on the sack attempt on Joe Milton. He had him dead to rights, and he missed him.
Yep, and it was great coverage down the field that allowed that, and that's the perfect coverage of the game, brought to you by United Healthcare Medicare Advantage. Visit uhcmedicarebuffalo.com to learn more. New England's got this huge screen in both end zones. I'm not sure that Joe Milton didn't see himself about to get sacked and spin out of it because he had his back completely turned to Solomon and spun out at the exact correct moment.
3rd and 11 from the Buffalo 35, and DeMontre Jacobs, the left tackle, left early. Should be another false start against the Patriots.
False start, number 75 offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
It is, in fact, Demontre Jacobs. The offensive line has been a struggle all season long for the Patriots, and it hasn't stopped here in Week 18. That's the second pre-snap penalty as Javon Solomon has completely intimidated this Patriots offensive line. That's the second different offensive tackle that he's forced to jump.
First it was Lowe. Now they've switched Jacobs over to left tackle, and they put their rookie third-round draft pick Wallace in at right tackle.
So 3rd and 16. Milton going to work a screen to the right side, but great pursuit by Eddie Ulofoshio, who drops him from behind for a loss. Good read there by the rookie linebacker from Washington.
That's a heck of a play. Yeah, he had great pursuit there. Gets him for a tackle for losses. Bills defense is often susceptible to those screen passes because of how they pass rush and penetrate. Nice play by Ulofoshio.
DeJuan Smoot also got some pressure on the quarterback, Milton. Stay tuned for the ECMC halftime show. ECMC, go where the Bills go. We're at the 2-minute warning. New England up 14-10. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more.
It's all on the Sirius XM app.
Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
Are you ready to thrive in 2025? Kickstart your personal upgrade on the SiriusXM app with our collection of top self-improvement podcasts.
The Mel Robbins Podcast.
The Ramsey Show.
Ask Eliza anything.
Soundtracks for meditation.
Learn and grow on a daily basis.
Genre-spanning workout channels and more.
Soul Cycle Radio.
I work out. Just search 2025 on the SiriusXM app.
It's soccer's most thrilling league.
Only the Premier League can make you feel like this.
And now every match is on the SiriusXM app.
Can you believe it?
From the title race.
This is remarkable.
Keeps this title charge on track, surely.
To the relegation fight.
The impossible may still be possible.
Hear every English Premier League match on the SiriusXM app and talk about all the EPL drama on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to Herman Schrader, Becoming Earnhardt Season 2, Door Bumper Clear, The Teardown, or even Speed Street for you IndyCar fans, we're covering every angle of motorsports in the off-season. Dirty Mo Media is your home for all things NASCAR now on the SiriusXM app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Buffalo fans, hear what Coach McDermott and the players have to say after each game on the Bills channel. 8:03 on the SiriusXM app.
The Buccaneers beat the Saints. They win the NFC South. Right now they're trailing 13-3. That opens the door for the Atlanta Falcons if that's the case. Falcons are tied with the Panthers 10-10. You never know with these Week 18 games how they're going to go. That's your NFL scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
So with 2 minutes left in the half and the Patriots up 14-10, they're facing a 4th and 17, and they send the punt unit out. Brandon Codrington deep to return for Buffalo, standing at his own 8-yard line. Here's the snap to Behringer. It's going to be an Aussie-style punt, end over end. And Codrington just going to get away from the ball. It takes a favorable bounce. That's what the Aussie-style punt does. It bounces and dies, and the Patriots cover it inside the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it down at the 4 as the offense will come out buried deep in their own territory after that 37-yard punt with no return. This Buffalo Bills radio broadcast brought to you in part by Reimer Home Services. For your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, get Reimer on the horn. Call 716-908-6828 or visit Reimer.com today. 14-10 Patriots. This is the Buffalo Bills radio network.
Dear Bills Mafia, for the ultimate tailgate, check out Toyota Trucks. Because when the grilling's done, Toyota takes adventure into overtime. Tacoma's as tough as they come. And the rugged Tundra wins big when the game's on the line. It's an all-pro lineup you'll root for every mile. Huddle up and find yours at Toyota.com today. Go Bills! Toyota, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places.
David Bellavia here. The cold weather has arrived, and there's nothing worse than feeling a chill in your home. If your heating system isn't keeping you comfortable, it's time to call the experts at TRS Heating and Air Conditioning. TRS will recommend a high-efficiency Rheem furnace system, and they offer many financing options. If you have an existing furnace, it's time to schedule a $99 health and safety checkup on your equipment. Go to TRSHeatingandAirConditioning.com for more details. TRS Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Excellence. Powering tomorrow, comforting today.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey-hey-heys. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. Because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniveradifference.com.
Earth movers, aerial lifts, compaction, concrete equipment, forklifts, telehandlers, and a whole lot more. Skyworks Equipment Rental has the right construction equipment and tools you need to get the job done. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, and delivering to job sites nationwide, you can trust Skyworks to deploy equipment when and where you need it. To rent, purchase, or to schedule service for your own equipment with our factory-trained technicians, visit SkyworksLLC.com. Skyworks, building America from the ground up.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Back at Gillette Stadium, Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. 1:51 left. Bills with the football, down 14-10 at their own 5-yard line for this drive start. Quinn Morris, Reggie Gilliam checking in here to the start of this drive. Ty Johnson going to be the lone setback. Trubisky going to work from the shotgun here. Going to go empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Here's the snap. Back to pass in his own end zone. Fires to the left sideline. Wide of the intended target. Keon Coleman incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. Alex Austin in coverage.
Yeah, quick pressure on the play from Anthony Jennings, number 33 for the Patriots, who has some pretty serious sack bonuses himself, and he beat Ryan Vandermark, who's working at right tackle for the Bills, and almost was able to get to Trubisky. I believe Jennings needs 2 sacks here today for a $1.5 million.
Ty Johnson to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun here. Some late motion from Keon Coleman on the right side. Handoff goes to Ty Johnson through a hole like a shot, and he's fighting, and he's got the first down as he's all the way out to the Buffalo 18-yard line. It's a gain of 13. Keon White on the tackle. Big hole there, and the Bills are right back up on the ball here. Going to go no huddle. Trubisky in the shotgun. Another give goes to Johnson. Going to work around the left side, but he's wrapped up in the backfield by Truman Jones for a loss. Going to be 2nd down here as the clock continues to run. 1:15 and counting. Trubisky going to work from the shotgun. Johnson to his left. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Fires underneath. It's complete. And working his way back to the first down marker is Curtis Samuel. Gets out to the 27. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 here.
First charge timeout, Buffalo. 30-second timeout.
Timeout is called by the Bills there. This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. 1:02 left, and the Bills do not have the first down yet. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 here from the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that was Curtis Samuel's 3rd catch of the game. They're getting him involved here in the first half of this game, trying to get him some rhythm heading into the playoffs. He's missed multiple games heading into this one, and he's a guy that, you know, is just another added weapon for the Bills, and he suffered from that turf toe injury all throughout the season, which I believe slowed him down considerably. When your game is built on speed and quickness, that turf toe injury can be a monster for you. So it's nice to see him back out there, and it seems like he's got some suddenness back in his game.
Yeah, dealing with a shoulder injury as well this season. 2 left, 2 to the right. Trubisky going to hand it off to Ray Davis, who's going to try to plow his way over the right side for a first down, and he's got it as he's out to the 29 for a 2-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. But the clock's going to continue to run here, 50 seconds and counting. And Trubisky right back in the shotgun, Davis to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Back to pass, fires out to the right sideline, and it's complete for a first down to Keon Coleman. They're going to mark him for a gain of 11 to the 40. Marcellus Dial on the stop, and looks like the Bills have stopped the clock here.
Second charge timeout, Buffalo. 30-second timeout. Correction, full timeout.
And this team timeout is brought to you by Kaleida Health. Health lives here.
Going back to Curtis Samuel, yes, the shoulder injury is what kept him out recently. When Bills fans were hard on him throughout this season about his lack of production, that's what I was referring to with the turf toe.
No, totally understood.
Suffered the turf toe, just to clarify for the listeners. Because he suffers the turf toe injury in the preseason and then just didn't seem to have that same spark that you've seen from him throughout his career. And then he finally started going, played a pivotal role in, I believe, the Kansas City game, but then ended up hurting his shoulder and then missing multiple games after that. And so hopefully he could be a factor in the playoffs for the Bills. They've loved running those wide receiver screens this year, and you don't want Samuel to only be a gadget player out there, but he's got as much quickness or more than anybody in the receiving corps.
He's another example of a player that they're trying to get back up to speed to be ready for the playoffs, much like DeMar Hamlin, because he's missed almost as much time as Hamlin has. I mean, Hamlin hasn't played since the Los Angeles Rams game in Week 14. Samuel's been in and out of the lineup pretty consistently as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I will say this, Mitch Trubisky was not that impressive to me during the preseason. Now, vanilla game plans, you're working with, guys that maybe didn't even make the team, but then he comes in here today and he's 10 of 12 for 64 yards and a touchdown, and I feel like he's done a nice job distributing the ball. And to me, he's just got he's more decisive than he was in the preseason. I felt like in the preseason he was holding on the ball forever, and then that led to issues with either sacks or bad decisions down the field. Well, you also have a much more talented receiving core out there to work with, and probably better protection with this offensive line.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 40, 36 seconds left. And in an ideal world, you'd like to see them at least get into field goal range here, Eric. Only one timeout left at their disposal.
Yes, give Tyler Bass another shot, make this a 1-point game. When you were just talking, I was watching Mac Hollins come on the field. Every time he's come on the field today, or after he's caught a ball, he's doing this motion over his head with his hand, with his arm extended. I'm not sure if he's looking up at the coach's box saying, feed me the football, or what exactly he's getting at there. But he's so interesting, it'd be hard to explain.
3 receivers to the left, including Gilliam, the fullback. And they're going to run a receiver screen to Curtis Samuel. And Gilliam blocked for him. He gets out to the 46 for a gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And
there's a flag down on the play.
Here.
This could be illegal contact where the Bills went out and blocked before the pass was caught.
Number 41 offense, 10-yard penalty from spot the foul. Replay, first down.
And with that mark-off, it might kill any chance of trying to get back in field goal range here, as this is going to back the Bills up to their own 34. They're going to have to make quick work of it to get themselves in field goal range, knowing they only have one timeout left and 31 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, you got one timeout left, so you could work the middle of the field still, but you'd love to get out of bounds if possible and preserve that final timeout.
Ty Johnson to the left of Trubisky in the shotgun here now flares out to the left in the backfield. Mac Hollins in motion left to right. Here's the snap. Back to pass, has time, steps up in the pocket, avoids the pass rush, rolls to his right, and now Trubisky going to tuck it and run, and he gets positive yardage out to the 42-yard line and stops the clock by getting out of bounds on the 1st and 16 play. He's out to the 42 for a gain of 8. Jalen Hawkins shepherded him out of bounds. 23 seconds left in the half.
Trubisky's got some pretty good wheels, and that was one of the things of him coming out of North Carolina, was to be a dual threat quarterback. He's got over 1,100 yards rushing throughout his career.
Johnson in the backfield. Coleman on the left side. Bunch formation on the right, including the tight end Quentin Morris. Trubisky in the shotgun on 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Dumps it off to Ty Johnson. And he's wrapped up by Del Pettis, the safety. He drags him forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage as Keon White was applying the pressure on Trubisky, forced him to cough up the football. 15 seconds left in the half, and it's going to be a third
and final timeout.
About
Buffalo.
8.
30-second timeout.
And the Bills are going to burn their last timeout of the half here. This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health. Oshai Children's Hospital helps get kids back to being kids.
I thought maybe after getting stopped in bounds there with just one timeout left that you might let that one just take it to the half here. You know, you got to get to about, realistically the 40-yard line, which would be 17 yards here, but you also got to get out of bounds because with 15 seconds left, you likely can't get 17 yards at least and then get up and spike the football.
Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth, Northwest Bank for What's Next. Trubisky in the shotgun here on 3rd and 8 from the Buffalo 42. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and now a timeout called here by New England.
First charge timeout. New England, 30-second timeout.
This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health. Oshai Children's Hospital is for our community's moms, kids, and babies. So New England probably trying to get a snapshot there, Eric, and trying to prevent a big play to prevent Buffalo from getting into field goal range.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they're playing to win on their sideline as well. And so Drod Mayo, their head coach, a guy who I played a number of games against throughout my career, had a ton of respect for him as a player. And then his transition into coaching has been a quick rise to head coach. And there's some rumors out there that this could be a one-and-done year for him. He's fighting out there to go try and win this game.
Trubisky in the shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and now Morris in motion to the right side of the formation. Here's the snap, back to pass. Patriots playing coverage. Over-the-shoulder pass intended for Johnson is broken up by Christian Ellis, the linebacker, and that'll bring up 4th down, and the punt unit will come on here for Buffalo, and this is where Sam Martin has a chance to get a contract incentive. He needs one punt down inside the 20 to get a $100,000 bonus.
There's a lot riding on this punt in a game that it does not matter at all for seeding purposes for the Bills. There's a lot riding on this one. He needs his gunners down there. He's just got to put it inside the 20 with enough hang time, get his gunners down there to go get them a chance to cause a fair catch.
Here's the snap, and Martin gets it off, and it's deep enough. Oh, it bounces inside the 20 and out, and it's down at the 22-yard line as the half comes to an end. Bad break for Sam Martin there, who's had a solid season for the Bills. Stay tuned for the Skyworks Stats of the Game, presented by Skyworks Equipment Rental. Building America from the ground up. Visit SkyworksLLC.com. 14-10 New England at the half. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law. Fighting to get our veterans the disability benefits they deserve. It's Hiller time.
By Skyworks Equipment Rental. Building America from the ground up.
By Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today.
And by Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time, Bills fans.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. It's time for intelligent design, plus exciting performance. Get a new vehicle you'll love. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V.
For great deals, visit your local Upstate Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, Bills fans, phones weren't made to be broken, but life happens. So when you break your phone, Verizon in Buffalo's got you. Trade in any phone from one of their top brands in any condition, guaranteed, and get a great deal on one of their best 5G phones with unlimited ultimate. Switch now and save. Available at a Buffalo area Verizon store.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next one to go off to college someday, thanks to smart college savings plans. The next place to fill with love and laughter, with more mortgage options for first-time buyers. Even the next thing you can't go without, like savings accounts with even more competitive rates. So whatever's next for you, we'll help you get there. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Welcome to the ECMC Halftime Show on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network. ECMC, go where the Bills go. I'm your host, Nate Geary, live from our Amherst studios. The Bills trail the New England Patriots 14-10 at the half. Let's check in now with our Sal Capaccio, who joins me now from the sideline at Gillette Stadium. Sal, a couple things for you here. Let's start on the defensive side in their first half performance. Most of the starters out, but their starting safeties are out there, and a bad play on one of the touchdowns from Taylor Rapp against rookie Joe Milton today.
Yeah, I think I need to see a little bit, more cohesiveness between Rapp and Hamlin. They haven't played together in quite a while. I think that has to be noted. Joe Milton, look, you have to remember, the Bills aren't game planning for Joe Milton, right? So he can obviously move around, scramble around. I think if in a game plan situation, this might be a little bit different. It's a pretty vanilla defense, so not too concerned, but I think this is actually good for Rapp and Hamlin to get some time on task together again.
Listen, having said that, Sal, Milton has looked very good for the Patriots in the first half. I think his first incompletion came after 13 straight completions for a guy making his regular season debut as a rookie, Sal. Very impressive.
Yeah, 12 for 12, and then he had the incompletion.
Yep, that's right.
So 12 of 13 now, 139 yards and a touchdown that you mentioned. So I like him. He's big, he's strong, and he ran for a touchdown too.
All right, last thing for you, Sal. Trubisky touchdown pass in the first quarter. The Bills are the first team in NFL history with 30 passing and 30 rushing touchdowns in a season. Just your lasting thoughts on this season that the offense has had.
I just think it's amazing what has happened to this offense, considering they lost Stephon Diggs, they lost Gabe Davis, they lost Mitch Morse, but here comes an offense that they kept telling all of us, everybody eats, that's what it's all about. That's really what it's been about all year, and they are the second highest scoring team in the NFL. They have an MVP, probable quarterback in Josh Allen, and those numbers just keep getting more and more impressive.
All right, Sal, enjoy the second half.
All right, you too, thanks.
When we return, I've got your first half highlights, the Skyworks stats of the game, and a check of the out-of-town scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS store. Be unstoppable. I'm Nate Geary. You're listening to the ECMC Halftime Show on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Hi, this is David Bellavia. If you're a veteran that's been denied disability benefits, there's a law firm that fights for the veterans who fought for us. It's Hiller time.
I'm Tim Hiller at Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law. Don't take no for an answer from the VA. We'll fight every step of the way to get you the benefits you deserve.
Get a free consultation when you call 866-HILLER-LAW online at hillercomerford.com. 6000 North Bailey Avenue, Amherst, New York, 14226.
We love our playoff football and snow in Western New York. But after the game, it's time to get warm. The Salino Plumbing Heating and Cooling team is fast, efficient, and ready to tackle any emergency heating needs. Their highly rated service technicians are on call for furnace tune-ups, equipment repair and replacement, as well as heat pumps and generators. Be prepared for the winter ahead by calling 68-FLUSH today and make sure Salino Plumbing Heating and Cooling makes your home comfortable for the entire football season. Business owners, you have a lot on your mind. Leave your building security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892 Lake for a comprehensive fire and security assessment.
I'm John Woyden, president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire, security, and video monitoring systems. If it keeps you safe, it's Great Lakes.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892 Lake or go to glbs-inc.com.
We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
If you're looking for the best of both worlds, step into the all-new Ford F-150 Hybrid. From powerful capability with more than 11,000 pounds of towing muscle to available Pro Power onboard that turns your truck into a mobile generator. The Ford F-150 Hybrid gives you the best in performance and sustainability. Head to your local Ford dealer today or visit buyfordnow.com for special offers on the F-150 Hybrid.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
All right, welcome back to the ECMC Halftime Show on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network, ECMC. Go where the Bills go. I'm Nick Erie. The Bills trail the Patriots 14-10 at the halftime. Now for some first half highlights. Early exits for both starting quarterbacks in this game. In fact, Josh Allen, one play. And then Joe Milton in the Mitch Trubisky showdown in Foxborough with back-to-back touchdown drives, first by Milton and the Patriots, followed by a Trubisky touchdown pass to Ray Davis on 4th and goal.
Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, rollout. Davis open, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Mitch Trubisky with his second passing touchdown of the season. It goes to the rookie Davis.
After another Joe Milton impressive touchdown drive, the Bills would look to respond and get things going on their own with a nice 23-yard scamper from Ray Davis.
Pitch to the right side for Davis. Blockers in front, through a hole. First down yardage and more, and up the sideline. Down to the 35, and is finally brought down along the Patriots sideline.
They'd later settle for a Tyler Bass field goal on that drive, and brings us to our halftime score of 14-10. Time now for the Skyworks stats. The game, Skyworks Equipment Rental, building America from the ground up. Visit skyworksllc.com. Mitch Trubisky, 12 of 15 for 68 yards and a score, a passer rating of 107.8. Ray Davis leads the way on the ground, 4 for 39 in the first half, and Matt Collins gets his $50,000 incentive by getting 2 catches in the first half, finished with 3 for 25. And on the other side, Joe Milton, a really impressive first half, 136.9 passer rating, 12 of 13, 139 yards and a score. Let's take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS Store B Unstoppable in Atlanta. It's 17-17. That one heading towards the half against the Carolina Panthers. If the Falcons win and the Buccaneers lose, the Falcons would hop over the Buccaneers and take that 4th position. And the Buccaneers trail at halftime to the 5-11 Saints with Spencer Rattler in the game, 16-6, and Rattler's 21-28 for 181 in that game and a score. So something to keep an eye on there for playoff implications. One of the only real games in the AFC or in the NFC with any real playoff implications, with everything else pretty much wrapped up. The Cowboys have a 6-3 halftime lead over the Commanders. The Bears, they have a 14-13 lead. That one's headed towards the half over the Green Bay Packers. The Texans have a 16-3 halftime lead over the Titans. And then the Colts are 20-13 over the Jags. And finally, Eagles 10, Giants nothing. That one at the half as well. That's going to do it back here for me. Second half action continues next from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth with Chris Brown, Eric Wood, and Sal Capaccio. That'll be after a quick timeout. I'm Nate Geary. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Number 1 seed in the NFC is up for grabs when the Minnesota Vikings.
Sam throws left, caught, Jefferson, touchdown!
Take on the Detroit Lions.
Jarrett's throwing, Enzo caught, touchdown, Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Tonight at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Vikings call on Sirius 81 XM 226. The Lions call on Sirius 85 XM 225. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
It's a drama-filled final week of the NFL regular season, and you can follow all the twists and turns on SiriusXM. Division championships are on the line.
Touchdown, Lamar Jackson!
Win and you're in.
Touchdown, Denver! What a throw by Bo Nix!
And it all concludes with a Sunday night showdown between the Vikings and Lions for the NFC's top seed. Hear every NFL game all the way through Super Bowl 59 on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray.
Los Angeles Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh.
Now you're back with an opportunity here in the playoffs. It happened pretty quick.
It feels good, really good. That's how it's felt, since day one, where everybody is doing anything and everything they can to help us be successful and to win. If you have that, it's just who could have it better.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the SiriusXM app.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Where your score at the half, 14-10 in favor of New England. Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Time for halftime adjustments. Brought to you by Freed Maxick CPAs, a top 100 accounting and consulting firm in the nation.
Defensively for the Bills, besides Taylor Rapp getting lost in coverage on the one play in the early touchdown run by Milton, they've essentially shut him down. They give up 14 points there in the first half. So stop the big plays. Understand that when Milton gets on the move outside the pocket, he's got a huge arm and he can make you pay down the field, but they did a nice job stopping the run in the first half. Did this Bills defense consisted of primarily backups. Offensively for the Bills, I'd like to see Mike White get some action here in the second half at some point, but I've been impressed with Trubisky. He finishes the first half 12 of 15, efficient numbers, didn't really push the ball down the field too much, but Mac Hollins had a nice first half, 3 catches on 3 targets for 25 yards. Curtis Samuel, 4 catches on 4 targets. That's great efficiency by both of them.
What did you make of the play of Buffalo's offensive line? I mean, the second group opened up some nice holes in the run game. Pass protection was relatively good. Not that we really saw the Patriots throw any blitz pressure at Buffalo all that much in the first half.
No, you're right. The Bills had 98 yards rushing there in the first half, so they did a great job in the run game, where this is a game that New England knows you want to pound the rock. They know you want to get out of here, limit injuries, injury risk, I'll say. And so with New England being able to key in on the run, they did a nice job in the run game. And then for the most part, Trubisky's had plenty of time back in that pocket. It's not surprising. You have an offensive line that has given up the fewest amount of sacks in the league. James Cook has a career year this year. Well, these guys are working with them each and every day, and so really encouraged that there wasn't that big of a drop-off.
Trubisky is warming up along the sidelines with his helmet on, so the assumption is he will start the second half for Buffalo, as the Bills will receive to start the second half after winning the coin toss and choosing to defer. So Joey Sly will be kicking off to Buffalo to start this second half. Patriots up 14-10 here at the break, and got off to a good start. Forced a turnover on downs. Joe Milton comes in, leads a touchdown drive, and finishes it himself with a 1-yard keeper on a read option play. And then the Bills tied it at 7 before the Patriots went ahead 14-7, and then Buffalo adding a 49-yard field goal from Tyler Bass to make it 14-10, which is where we stand now. Brandon Codrington, Ty Johnson deep to return for Buffalo, as the second half kickoff is brought to you by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? So Joey Sly, kicker for the Patriots, will get us underway here in the third quarter. And he's on approach to the ball, kicks it away. And this one's going to sail out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, as the offense will come out and get started at their own 30-yard line. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Buffalo Bills is prohibited. As we thought, Trubisky out here to get the offense started in the second half. Coach McDermott did say this week he did want to try to get Mike White some playing time. We'll see when that happens. In the meantime, Ray Davis in the backfield to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, counting Morris, the tight end. And now Coleman with some late motion on the right side. Handoff goes to Davis. Lowers the shoulder just beyond the line of scrimmage. Stood up by Jelani Tavai and Anthony Jennings after a gain of 2.
In the first half, Ray Davis averaged 9.8 yards per carry. That was helped out tremendously by a 23-yard run on a sweep to the right. And so we're expecting to see a heavy dose of Ray Davis here in the second half. He had to fill in one time and be the starter this year. And against the Jets early in the season, he had almost 150 yards of total offense, rushing for just under 100. So we know what he's capable of doing in this league.
3 receivers to the left. Davis to the right of Trubisky in the shotgun on 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Has time. Throws out to the left side. And it was in the hands of Mac Hollins, but he couldn't hold on as it looked like Alex Austin raked it out. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8 from the 32 as we're just underway here in the third quarter.
Bills in the first half on 3rd down. We're 2 for 6. The Bills heading into this game 7th in the league in 3rd down offense, and that was after a really slow start to the season on 3rd down.
Ty Johnson into the game. He's the 3rd down back, and he's going to line up to the left of Trubisky in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Morris by himself on the right. Late motion from Hollins. Trubisky back to pass. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. And it's complete to Coleman at midfield. Stiff arms his way into New England territory. And he's out of bounds at the 48. Thought there might have been a face mask there at the end as well. But it's a 20-yard pass play to Coleman.
Might have been a mutual face mask because Keon on the stiff arm had a hold of his face mask as well. So the officials, who have not been busy at all in this one, calling this game. 3 penalties in the game for the Bills so far, 4 for New England.
Bunch formation on the left as Trubisky goes under center. And now Gilliam heads into the backfield, offset eye, and the pitch left to Ray Davis. Going to try to get the corner, and he does. And a short gain of 1, maybe 2 yards as he steps over the New England sideline out of bounds.
I think part of the reason for some of these pitch plays too, are you're not running into a ton of traffic in the middle where guys can get their legs tangled up. You have Alec Anderson playing left guard right now. He's the Bills' 6th offensive lineman in that set that they run with the starters. You know, you'd hate to see him get dinged up in this game, especially he got dinged up twice in the game last week in Buffalo.
No gain on the play, so it's 2nd and 10. Trubisky in the pistol with Davis behind him. Fakes the pitch, looking over the middle. He's got Morris, the tight end, and he's met there. And tackling him at the 40-yard line, Jalen Hawkins, the safety. But it's a gain of 8 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 as we have 12:45 and counting left in the third quarter. 14-10 New England. Bills right back up on the ball. Trubisky in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, goes with a receiver screen on the right flat. It goes to Quentin Morris, and he's got the first down as he makes his way down to the 35. Christian Ellis on the tackle, but the drive will continue for Buffalo. Let's go down the sidelines to South.
Yeah, guys, and now we can start thinking about maybe if the Bills want to get that 14th touchdown pass, 14th player with a touchdown reception. Now we're getting to the point where that could happen. Reggie Gilliam, an offensive lineman. I would think the second half is something where maybe they'd want to draw something up.
Maybe Mike White.
Maybe Mike White. Trubisky under center, tripped, but able to hand it off to Ray Davis coming around the right side. He loses his footing and gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Del Pettis tripped him up. As it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here. Footing a little bit of a problem today. Kind of strange. It's a dry day on a turf field.
Yeah, we see some of that in the secondary there. Mitch Trubisky stumbles out because on the snap, Van Pran Granger steps back with his right foot and steps right on Trubisky's, which can happen. Oftentimes, you have to understand if it's a run play to the right, that's where the center's snapping. I'm going to blame the quarterback in those situations, being a former center.
Okay. Here's the snap to Trubisky in the shotgun, fakes the screen pass, pressure coming, has to throw it out to the right flat to Samuel, who is in the area there. And he avoids the sack attempt by Tavai, who got the quarterback hit on the play. But it's now 3rd and 10 at the New England 35.
Not enough protection there to set it up, but what the Bills were looking to do was run a fake wide receiver screen that they've been running over and over, and then have Gilliam go up the sideline on a wheel route after he faked like he was blocking. The protection just broke down. If it didn't break down and that play was executed well, then Gilliam would have had a chance at maybe getting that 14th receiver to get a touchdown.
Mac Hollins by himself on the right. Coleman in motion right to left. Trubisky back to pass on 3rd and 10. Looking down the left sideline. Jump ball attempt here for Coleman. He can't come back to the football. There was some hand fighting. Coleman looking for a flag. He's not going to get one. Alex Austin in coverage there. Isaiah Bolden. So the punting unit will come on, and another opportunity for Sam Martin to cash in on a $100,000 bonus if he can drop a high hanger that forces a fair catch.
I mean, this has got to be a given here. All you got to do
Moonshot, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, he got absolutely screwed in the first half. Felt bad for him. He's had a nice season.
Yeah,
It'd be great to see him rewarded with a little bonus here.
Aussie-style punt. Sends it high, and they're going to let it bounce. And downing it. And did he keep it out of the end zone?
I think it hit.
Jamarcus Ingram kept it out of the end zone. Oh, Sam Martin, take Jamarcus Ingram out to dinner. He just helped you with a $100,000 bonus. Downing that one inside the 20. This Buffalo Bills radio broadcast brought to you in part by Northwest Bank. At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next, like the next big game. That's the best 29-yard punt Sam Martin's hit in his life. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
I'm Ross Salino. Choose a law firm carefully. If 6 different firms handled your case, it would likely result in 6 different outcomes. That's just how it works. The compensation you receive really depends on the lawyer you hire and the reputation of the firm. Quite simply, the best lawyers typically get the best results.
What's up, football fans? Thanks for hanging out with us today. It really means the world to me and lots of other people in the Toronto area. We are doing something very special right now with Sick Kids Hospital in the college football playoffs and NFL playoffs. We're doing every single game live. Wildcard weekend? Yep, we'll be live. Divisional weekend? We'll be live for every single divisional matchup. The AFC, the NFC Championship, we're live. And a percentage of our revenue is going to be donated to Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. Please check out the link that is pinned in the chat or it's in the description and donate if you are able. Let's make a difference, football fans. Let's show the power of community. Hanging out together, making a difference in the real world. Go Bills, go. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for the support.
Here's an extra point. All these vehicles come with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Visit Toyota.com or head to your local Toyota dealership. Toyota, let's go places.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey-hey-hey-hey. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. Because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniveradifference.com.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
I'm reminded of when the Bills broke the drought back in Miami in 2017. It's not quite the same, of course, but the fans here are very much paying attention to what's going on around the league. But those games are coming later, but they're having a lot of fun with the guys here, knowing that some of their superstars that they like to watch, like Josh Allen, Deion Dawkins, are not playing. So it's a good atmosphere down here to the sidelines today for a team that's looking for a 14th win on the season. But, of course, they already have their spot locked up in the AFC playoffs. That's your sideline report, brought to you by Richmond Vona Personal Injury Attorneys. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona.
Yeah, Josh Allen gave Mike White a big high five for his best role as a wide receiver in the first half when he came to the sidelines. Little looser atmosphere. Here's Milton under center on 1st and 10 from the 5 for the Patriots. Takes the snap. Handoff goes to Gibson. Breaks through a tackle and over to the right side. Breaks another. He's got a first down. Forced out of bounds by Damar Hamlin as he gets them out of the shadow of their own goalposts and out to the 21-yard line. It's a 16-yard run by Gibson.
Interesting, now we have Damar Hamlin and Cole Bishop in at safety for the Bills. Cole Bishop missed a tackle on that play as Gibson went outside. It's often tough. A lot of these guys are in a rhythm. Then you come into the game having just sat the whole first half. I'll give him a pass there on that missed tackle in the first play of the second half for the Bills defense.
Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Milton back under center. Handoff goes to Gibson. He fumbled the football. It's loose on the turf, and the Bills say they have it. It is a takeaway for Buffalo. Javon Solomon jumped on the football. the rookie out of Troy, has been all up in the New England backfield today, and he's finally rewarded.
Yeah, Milton just didn't get to the handoff. It kind of hit Gibson in the hip there, and it falls to the turf, and Javon Solomon gets rewarded for his effort as he's coming off the backside edge of that run play and uses that long arm to extend fully to scoop that one up. And so here the Bills take over after the turnover here at the Patriots 16-yard line, and this is where I think they're going to try and get Reggie Gilliam a receiving touchdown.
And the Bills, with this drive start, are in the Relax red zone. Relax, we got this. The Bills now plus 24 on the turnover margin this season. That leads the league. Trubisky under center, Gilliam and Davis in the backfield. Handoff to Davis, lowers his shoulder after he gets past the original line of scrimmage, and he's down to the 13-yard line for a gain of 4.
Wasn't quite sure at the start of this season how the reserve roles at running back would shake out. Ty Johnson has solidified himself as the third down back for the Bills. He's their ideal guy in the QB sneak push. He's been so great catching the ball out of the backfield this year. And so Ray Davis kind of plays spot duty now for either Cook in the main role, or he could also fill in for Ty Johnson.
Trubisky in the shotgun. Samuel in motion on the left side in the trips left formation. Handoff goes to Davis. Picks a hole inside, and it was a good decision as he's right at the first down marker on this 2nd and 7 carry. It looks like he got exactly 7 yards. Are they going to move the sticks, or is it going to be 3rd and inches? 3rd and inches here. And the Bills right back up on the ball. Trubisky in the shotgun. Davis to his right. Fakes it, and Trubisky keeps it, and he's got the first down as he goes forward to the 2-yard line on a head-first dive.
And he did it on purpose, because here comes number 4, James Cook, into the game here. You got Cook back into the game. You got the ball on the 2-yard line. I'll tell you what, I'll bet you a Diet Coke in the press box here that they don't pitch the ball to him this time.
It's 1st and goal from the 3. Cook is the lone setback. Morris, the tight end, over to the right side. There's a snap. Give us to Cook. Lowers his shoulder, and he's down to the 1. So it's a gain of 2 on that carry, straight up the gut. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. Jalen Hawkins, the safety, filling the gap there on the tackle.
And here comes, they're gonna give it to Cook again here up the middle. Just run that one more time. Let the big boys try and get some push there in the inside.
So Trubisky back under center. Morris over to the right side again. Here's the snap. Handoff to Cook. Finds a hole on the left side, and he is in for a 1-yard touchdown run. The Cook is in the kitchen for the 16th time on the ground this season. And with that touchdown run, Cook, the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns coming into the game, has tied O.J. Simpson for the most rushing touchdowns in a season by a Buffalo Bill. Congratulations to him. Bills are lined up for the Catholic Health extra point. Catholic Health, the right way to care.
Incredible season by James Cook, and now we don't need to see him another time for the rest of this game. Save him for the playoffs.
Hold is down for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right as it nicked the streamer on the outside of the upright. And for Tyler Bass, that is his 5th missed extra point this season. So after the touchdown by Cook, it is now 16-14 Buffalo with 7:56 left in the 3rd. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Bills fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Buffalo Bills on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Bills content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more.
It's all on the Sirius XM app.
Download it and search Buffalo Bills today.
Transform your environment and melt into music channels curated to calm. Fade into the lo-fi haze of chill hop Relax with soothing new age sounds inside Spa. Or lose yourself in the electronic ambiance of Tranquil. Explore these channels and more across Sirius XM and in the Sirius XM app. Just search Relax.
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point.
Let's go. Let's bring the energy.
Join NFL tight end Cullen Thompson and Miami Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
It's an encouraging way to look at football.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio, Channel 88 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
I'm Bruce Murray.
And I'm Rich Gannon.
Join us Monday, noon Eastern Time on the Sirius XM Blitz. We'll recap all the action in Week 18, including the matchup that determined the NFC's #1 seed between the Vikings and the Lions. And we'll recap all the other games that helped determine the final few playoff spots.
Plus, we'll start the preview of the Wild Card Weekend and discuss all the coaching news around the National Football League.
So don't miss the Sirius XM Blitz with me and Rich Gannon. Monday, noon Eastern Time on Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88, and on the Sirius XM app.
Hear every game all season long with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. With SiriusXM, wherever you are, your team plays here.
On Solomon's fumble recovery, the Buffalo Bills went 5 plays, 16 yards, took them 2 minutes and 21 seconds, a Toyota drive time driven to you by Toyota, the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills, and ended by James Cook, who ties the Buffalo Bills franchise record with his 16th rushing touchdown of the season.
And with that touchdown off the turnover, Buffalo, who already led the league in points off turnovers with 122, now have 128. That is the most in team history since 2004. The 2004 Bills and the 1993 Bills have the record for most points off turnovers in team history with 140. This Bills team this year, second best with 128.
They've had a knack for forcing turnovers this year. Yes, they've given up yards defensively, and there's been times where it's been frustrating, but what the Bills have done this season, besides, what was it, the Rams game?
That was the Rams game. It was the only game they didn't have a takeaway.
The only game they didn't force a turnover, so you could say, hey, you can't live and die by the turnover, but when you do it in 16 out of 17 games and then you're able to capitalize, that's when you can get those huge margins of victory that the Bills have put up this season.
New England on the kick return got out to their 23-yard line. That's where Joe Milton will get the offense going. He's in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Back to pass, out to the left sideline, complete to Kayshon Boutte, who's right at the first down marker, and he's got it. For a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs, Brandon Codrington made the tackle.
And Codrington's the guy that they might want to consider getting out of this game as well, just considering he's the only one that's returned punts for you this entire season, and he's been great at it. Yeah, that was an awesome end of training camp, end of preseason pickup by Brandon Beane and the staff.
Milton in the shotgun. Here on 1st and 10, fakes the handoff to Jennings, pumps, now fires to Hooper, the tight end. Through a tackle, a flag flies. Kyer Elam brings him down after a 13-yard gain, but this one might be coming back on holding. Had a bunch of blockers in front.
Ineligible player downfield, number 70 offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So that'll wipe out that play by the Patriots.
That's the rookie Wallace. My rookie year, it was always difficult on screens to stop yourself from going down the field because in college, you're allowed
more
to be
leeway,
down.
yeah.
As long as the ball's completed behind the line of scrimmage, you could be down the field. In the NFL, the ball has to travel backwards in order for you to be able to be down the field because then it's considered a lateral on the play.
Two receivers to the right along with the tight end Hooper, one to the left. Milton in the shotgun takes the snap on 1st and 15. Finds Hooper, but he's wrapped up immediately by Dorian Williams and Joe Andreessen. And that's going to go for maybe a gain of 1. Actually, they give him 3 yards on the play, so it's 2nd and 12 now as he's out to the 31-yard line. Austin Hooper had some incentives in his contract, so not surprising that they're going to him here early and often. and Leighton off it. Milton back to pass, pressure coming. Dwayne Carter, he gets out of his grasp, fires to the right sideline. It's incomplete as Booty can't hang on to it, and there's also a flag on the play.
It's right around the line of scrimmage, usually in the area of either offsides on the defense or illegal formation on the offense, and I think it's going to be illegal formation.
Offside, jumping in the neutral zone, number 94 defense. 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
Blame our spotter, Sean, for me messing that one up. I'm just kidding. No, I thought it was going to be illegal formation just based upon the fact that I didn't see anybody flinch at the snap. But DeJuan Smoot has some incentives out there. He's in that defensive end right now for the Bills.
So that's going to make it 2nd and 7. Milton in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, back to pass, pocket collapsing, fires, and it's complete. Javon Baker, the rookie 4th-round pick, with a first down reception at the Patriots 47. It's a gain of 11 on the play and a first down.
Yeah, DeJuan Smoot, if he gets a $400,000 bonus if he hits 40% of the snaps on the season. He's at 38% on the season heading into today. He also needs 1.5 sacks here today to get a $250,000 bonus.
Milton on 1st and 10, fires out to the right side, and it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, Eddie Ulofoshio buried him on his shoulder blades, and he couldn't hang on to the football. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. We haven't seen a lot of Ulofoshio this season, Eric. He's been healthy and active almost all season, but we've noticed him here today.
Yeah, we have, and he's been active throughout. He had a great play on a screen earlier in the game, and yeah, he's flying around out there playing some good ball at the linebacker position. We assume we'd just be saying Joe Andreessen over and over, just the way he's had a knack for making tackles late in games.
2nd and 10, handoff goes to Jennings, and he's dropped just beyond the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to get a yard on the play. Javon Solomon in there on the tackle, another active player for Buffalo today from this rookie draft class. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Gibson to the right of Milton in the shotgun. Play clock down to 6. Here's the snap on 3rd and 9. Pass rush coming. Escapes the pocket, bobbles the football, gets wrapped up by Joe Andreessen, but stretches for the first down marker and appears to have it. It's a 10-yard scramble by Milton for the first down.
It looked like he was bottled up in the pocket, but he gets out of the grasp of Austin Johnson, and then looked like Andreessen was going to be able to stop him just before the sticks, but Milton braces himself with his left hand as he extends the ball with his right hand to pick up the first. It's a super athletic play there by Milton.
4:13 and counting in this third quarter. Bills up 16-14, but New England driving, and now a timeout is called, I believe, by Buffalo here, or is there a challenge?
Yeah.
They're going to challenge the first down marker. Going to challenge the spot of the ball here.
Buffalo was challenging the spot on the previous play. Timeout.
So with that, we will step aside. 4:10 left in the third. Bills up 16-14. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Jim Kelly, only one Andre Reed, and one Bruce Smith. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at profootballhof.com.
Sports Grid Radio on SiriusXM has you covered this NFL season.
It all comes down to this in the NFC North. Sam Darnold and the Vikings go into Detroit to take on Jared Goff and the Lions with everything on the line. Will the Lions repeat as NFC North champions, or can the Vikings take back the throne? Make sure you tune in to Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date.
Hey you. Yeah, you. The football fan that's listening to the Bills and the Patriots hanging out with us here on TSI. Now that I've got your attention, thank you for hanging out with us. We have seen so many new football fans and subscribers / insiders. Once you hit that subscribe button, you are an insider. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Bills game, every single college football playoff game, every single NFL playoff game, every single Toronto sports event, the Raptors, the Leafs, the Blue Jays, and coming soon, TFC soccer matches in 2025, hopefully. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button and becoming an insider. We'll see you back in the chat.
One of the best and our favorite comedian.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
Sirius XM 97, your home for great American comedy.
Tune to Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 all year long to hear expert opinions and analysis from former players, coaches, and executives.
Back at Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for What's Next. The challenge by Sean McDermott was unsuccessful as Milton kept his knee off the ground and did reach the line to gain. So Buffalo loses a timeout. They lead 16-14 here with 4:10 left, but the Patriots are on the move. 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 42. Milton in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Milton back to pass, steps up in the pocket, going to take off and run, and ducks as players converge on him. Joe Andreessen, the first one on the scene to make the tackle after a gain of 4 to bring up 2nd and 6.
Milton's put up some pretty strong numbers today. He's 15-17 now. You got vanilla game plans. It's much like a preseason game, but, you know, I don't think anybody here is going to be begging for him to go in over Drake May next year as a starter, but there might be some teams around the league that say, hey, let's go try, at least the fan base is saying, let's go make a run at this guy.
Play action on 2nd and 6, rolls to his left, takes a shot, but throws a bullet to Demario Douglas, complete for another first down. Codrington in coverage as the Patriots drive continues here. Down to the Buffalo 24-yard line.
He took a shot from Solomon and still put that ball on the money. I was on the Patriots sideline during warm-ups talking to a few of my old coaches down there, including Alex Van Pelt and Coach Bicknell and those guys, and watching him warm up, he throws about as good of a ball as anybody in this league.
He's back in the shotgun on 1st and 10 from the 24. Fakes the handoff, throws it to Booty on the left sideline. It's caught. Tackled by Codrington as he's out of bounds at the 19 for a gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. 2:47 and counting left in the third. Buffalo up 16-14. But the Patriots threatening here as they're now in the red zone.
It'll be interesting if the Bills can force a 4th down here to see if they go for the field goal, which would be giving them the win, put them in the lead. This is kind of a lose-lose game here for the Patriots. You lose the game or you lose the number 1 overall pick.
Patriots are 30th in the league in red zone touchdown percentage. Milton back to pass, pressure coming, rolls out to his right, finds a target on the right sideline. It's complete to Douglas, but there's a flag on the play. I think this is going to be holding as Tuhill was kept from pursuing Milton and embellished a little bit as well.
Holding, number 70 offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That's the rookie tackle, Caden Wallace, who got flagged on the play. So that'll nullify the 11-yard pass play to Douglas.
Tuhill's been able to create some pressure off the edge. He's been active out there. He got called back up. He was on IR, correct? So he gets called off of IR?
Well, he got moved off the active roster, released, and then got signed to the practice squad and was elevated this week.
Squad. It's a lot of moving parts.
Yes, a lot. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left here on 2nd and 16. Milton in the shotgun looking right. Now back to his left, rolling left. Thinks about tucking and running, but throws it down the left sideline. An acrobatic reception by Terrell Jennings, the running back, on a wheel route, but he does not get his feet in bounds. He is out of bounds. It's incomplete. Cole Bishop all the way with him down the sideline in coverage.
Yeah, it was great coverage, running stride for stride. Got his hands up at the very last second But Jennings unable to get his feet down and then unable to withstand the ground contact and hold on to the ball. Part of the reason his helmet came off when he hit the ground as well.
You do have to survive the ground. Jennings will stay in the game here for this play, as it is now 3rd and 16 from the 29. And a timeout is taken here by the Patriots as the play clock was down to 5, and they hadn't even broken the huddle yet.
Timeout, New England.
This team timeout is brought to you by Kaleida Health and the Patricia Allen Fund.
30-second timeout.
For the most critical moments, give today. Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
All right, guys. Well, we all know that the Bills are going to be home next week. We're still wondering who they're going to play. Let's set the afternoon up for you here. If the Denver Broncos beat the Kansas City Chiefs at 4:25 p.m., they will travel to Buffalo next week and take on the Bills in the wild card. If the Broncos lose, that opens the door for the Miami Dolphins, who play at the New York Jets today without Tua Tagovailoa, also at 4:25 p.m. If the Dolphins were to also falter, it would be the Cincinnati Bengals, who did win yesterday. They wound up beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 19-17. Currently, right now, there's an NFC South battle going on. Both the Falcons and the Buccaneers have a look at it, and the Buccaneers are trailing right now. They win, they get the South. They're trailing the Saints 16-13, and right now the Falcons and Carolina Panthers are tied 24-24. A wild Week 18. Your NFL scoreboard is delivered to you by the UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
And then there's the game for all the marbles on Sunday Night Football in the NFC North between the 14-2 Vikings and the 14-2 Lions.
It's going to be a big boy matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight in Detroit.
3rd and 16. Milton from the shotgun fires underneath. It's complete to the tight end Hooper. He is short of the first down marker, but they're awfully excited on the New England sideline as Hooper has hit a bonus incentive.
Yeah, as I was talking to some guys before the game, they were really pulling for him, a guy that does everything right, favored amongst all of his teammates in the locker room. So nice to see Hooper get his bonus and get a well-deserved reward at the end of a pretty successful season for him.
That sets up the field goal unit for a 41-yard attempt from the right hash for Joey Sly, with 1:05 and counting left in the third. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick on the way, and it is good. And with that kick, New England has retaken the lead. They're up 17-16 with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Injured? Call the Barnes Firm. Our hometown attorneys want to help you get the best result possible. Call 1-800-8-MILLION. It could be the best call you make. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Detect to protect. Did you know that nearly 7 out of 10 opioid overdose deaths in Erie County involved cocaine? The largest increase in overdose deaths is happening to people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Most people don't realize their cocaine is being poisoned with fentanyl, which is an opioid. Even one bump can be deadly. Test your cocaine. Carry Narcan and never use alone to prevent an overdose. Order fentanyl test strips and Narcan at erie.gov/detect.
Paid actors represent actual clients. After my car accident, insurance offered me $50,000, but my attorneys at the Barnes Firm got me $1.3 million.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. What's your case really worth? Call the Barnes Firm now. You might be surprised.
After my car accident, I called my attorneys at the Barnes Firm to see if I had a case. I did. They got me $800,000.
Do you have a case? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 per.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next chance to skip the trip. Thanks to Mobile Deposit, the easy way to deposit checks from your phone. The next way to split the bill. With Zelle, the app that lets you safely send money to just about anyone. Even the next contact-free shopping spree. Simply add your Northwest Visa credit card to your mobile wallet. It's all part of Northwest Checking, with 3 flexible options to fit your life. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com, member FDIC.
This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Snapdragon Apples, the official apple of the Buffalo Bills.
By Houghton University. Discover surprisingly affordable Christ-centered university right here in New York.
By Verizon, the Buffalo Bills, powered by Verizon.
By Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
And by Haynes Supply. From our Buffalo roots to nationwide sales and service, we are your industrial contractor supplier.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Well, Mike White, the Bills' third-string quarterback, has taken some snaps at wide receiver in this game to spell other receivers, but it looks like he'll be playing quarterback in the next series. He's warming up right now on the sidelines. That's a sideline report brought to you by Richmond Vona Personal Injury Attorneys. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Vona.
All right, so he will bring the offense out here with 1 minute left in the third quarter after Joey Sly kicks this one off with Brandon Codrington and Ty Johnson back there to return here for Buffalo. Here's the kick, line driver, going to go through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out comes Mike White, who has appeared in 14 games in his career over the past 3 seasons. Spent 2 seasons as a backup with the Jets. Spent the 2023 season with the Dolphins. Was with the Dolphins this year, but lost the backup quarterback competition to Skylar Thompson. Starting the regular season, was subsequently released. Bills signed him to their practice squad. He's been here ever since. And now he's going to get some game action. He's in the shotgun. Trips left the formation. Samuel with some late motion. And the handoff going to go to Davis through a hole. Flag flies as he's out to the 33-yard line for a gain of 3, but it could be coming back.
Illegal shift, offense, number 1 and number 0 in motion. Both did not reset. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
That's Curtis Samuel and Keon Coleman.
And we got to hope to see not too many procedural penalties. We talked before the game about how a lot of these offensive players are going to have to adjust to Mitch Trubisky's cadence. And now Mike White brings another cadence. Generally on the road, you'd be on a silent cadence based upon the center's head bob on each play, but not enough noise here today to need to go off of the silent count.
1st and 15, might be running the same play. It's another handoff to Davis. Comes up over the right side, spins off a tackle. Ekawale had him wrapped up. And that's going to go for a gain of 3.
And the Bills likely just going to take this into the fourth quarter. They're down by 1 here in New England. The difference just a missed point after attempt by Tyler Bass on their last touchdown by James Cook.
They are going to let the clock run out. 9 seconds and counting left here in the third as we're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next.
This is the end of the third quarter.
That will do it. It's time to make the switch to the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Helping you reach your goals with real-life solutions and advice. Go to northwest.com, Northwest Bank, for what's next. 17-16 Patriots. We're headed to the fourth quarter. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Earth movers, aerial lifts, compaction, concrete equipment, forklifts, telehandlers, and a whole lot more. Skyworks Equipment Rental has the right construction equipment and tools you need to get the job done. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, South.
Hey, let's go, Buffalo! Oh yeah, nothing better than hey! Bills Mafia, where are you watching from? Now's the time of the show. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat. City and state in the USA, city and province in Canada, international. Let's see how far out our reach is, Bills Mafia. Thank you for participating in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get back to the football. Let's end the season on a high note, Buffalo Bills fans. And let's get ready for the playoffs.
So you receive the maximum settlement for your injury. Last year, Losi and Ganji obtained more than $24 million for injured workers. Call Losi and Ganji, 854-1446, or go to losi-ganji.com. Losi and Ganji, Buffalo's workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers. This Buffalo Bills broadcast is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Lake Hour Premium Tequila and Vodka Hard Seltzers, Geneseo, New York.
By the New York State Office of Mental Health. Get the help you need. Dial 988.
By Snapdragon Apples, the official apple of the Buffalo Bills.
By Crosby's Pizza and Subs. Start your game day the Crosby's way.
play.
And by Haynes Supply. From our Buffalo roots to nationwide sales and service, we are your industrial contractor supplier.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Back at Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Bills trail by a point, 17-16. As we start the fourth quarter, they do have the football, but they're in a long down and distance situation here. 2nd and 12 at their own 28. Mike White into the game, third quarterback to take a snap for the Bills in this one. He's in the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Davis in the backfield, flared out to the right. And a flag flies here. And we're going to have a false start here, presumably.
False start, number 0, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's Keon Coleman in on another one on this series for the second time.
Mike White's got to take some control. That's 2 procedural penalties in just 3 plays here that he's been in the game. 2nd down coming up for the Bills. Backs him up to 2nd and 17 here. Like the Bills airing it out.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, counting the tight end Morris. Ty Johnson in the backfield, flared out to the right. And moving right to left is Samuel. Here's the snap. White back to pass, throws underneath to Quentin Morris, and he dropped the football. It's incomplete. That'll make it 3rd and 17. Let's go down the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Eric. You would know this. How much does it matter the cadence difference? Because we've seen now 2 motion penalties on the Bills with Mike White coming into the game.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. Every quarterback's going to have some different tendencies with their cadence. This is going to be the most unfamiliar they likely are with any of the cadences. The first one, I believe, he didn't let Matt Collins get set by the time he sent Samuels in motion. That last one, Coleman jumped on the outside.
It's a receiver screen to the left to Samuel, and he tripped up. Otherwise, he might still be running. He gets out to the 37-yard line, but he's 3 yards shy of the first down marker on the gain of 14 on the play. Miles Battle on the tackle, and the punting unit will come out here for Buffalo.
Alec Anderson had a nice block out in front of that one. Tylen Grable released out as well and got a good block. And back to Sal's point, you know, a lot of it's control. That first one was set up because he didn't let Hollins get set in time. And then the other one I'll put on Keon because no one else on offense moved, and it wasn't even a hard count or anything like that.
Here's the snap. And Martin gets this one away. It's a wobbler. Fielded there by Erickson. Gets away from the initial tackler, but Ty Johnson then wraps him up right at the 20-yard line where he caught it. No return, if anything. He lost a yard or 2, but they're going to mark his forward progress at the 21-yard line officially. And with 14:02 left, we'll step aside as well. 17-16 New England, and they have possession. This is Buffalo Bills football.
The number 1 seed in the NFC is up for grabs when the Minnesota Vikings.
Throws left, caught, Jefferson, touchdown!
Take on the Detroit Lions.
Jared's throwing, Enzo caught, touchdown Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Tonight at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The Vikings call on Sirius 81 XM 226. The Lions call on Sirius 85 XM 225. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
A new era of the college football playoff is here, and you can hear every play, every touchdown, and every unbelievable moment on SiriusXM College Sports Radio.
Caught on a spinning move in the end zone.
With exclusive pregame analysis and in-depth postgame breakdowns, we're your ultimate destination for playoff action all month long.
At the 10, at the 5, into the end zone!
Don't miss a second of the college football playoff right here on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car and on the SiriusXM app. The college football playoff semifinals are on SiriusXM. Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern. Penn State takes on Notre Dame.
And the Irish will go play in the semifinal. Woo!
Then Friday at 7:30 Eastern, the Longhorns of Texas and Ohio State meet up in Dallas.
Jeremiah Smith with another magical catch.
Get your channel numbers at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule or search college football on the SiriusXM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio Channel 84.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether your team is at home or on the road, hear every game with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Just search for your team and click the favorite star.
Chris Brown, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Bills trail by a point, 17-16 with 14:02 left. New England with the football at their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Gibson to the left of Milton in the shotgun. He's going to take a pitch to the left, working through a hole, but then met right at the 24-yard line, dropped at the 25. As it appeared that Ulafosio got in there on the tackle.
Bishop was in there as well. I wasn't sure if Bishop didn't play at all in the second half. I might have thought maybe they were leaning towards him starting in that playoff game. Interesting, now they're filling him in for Rapp here in the second half. Hamlin continuing to play. It's going to be interesting to see who they roll out at safety between Hamlin and Bishop next week.
Receiver screen on the right side to the running back Gibson, who gets out to the 31-yard line. He's right at the first down marker, and the line judge says that is a first down. So it's a gain of 5 and a fresh set of downs for New England. Joe Andreessen on the stop.
Andreessen up to 6 tackles in the game. What do you have, 8 in the fourth quarter alone last week? Yeah. He's active. Now he's up to 7 tackles on the game. He's got 4 assisted tackles and 3 solos.
Milton under center here on 1st and 10 from the 31. Gibson the lone setback. He's going to take the handoff, try to cut it back inside, and gets through an arm tackle, and he's all the way out to another first down marker for a 10-yard gain. DeMar Hamlin, fortunately, got him from behind, or he might still be running. Casey Toohill was the arm tackle he fought through there for extra yardage. Did not get the first down. It's officially a 9-yard gain, 2nd and inches here at the New England 40. Milton in the shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass, pressure coming, gets the ball off to Booty on the right sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 47. Codrington made the tackle. Clock will continue to run. Solomon providing pressure again from the backside.
He almost got there. He ticked him on the hip just as that ball was getting released. If he's there maybe a half second sooner, might have been able to tip that ball coming from Milton's blind side as he reared back to throw it.
Milton in the shotgun here, 1st and 10 from the 47. Handoff goes to Gibson, looking to cut it up inside, but he's stopped by Elam and Andreessen after a 4-yard gain just over the midfield line into Buffalo territory. Clock continues to run, 11:35 left and counting. Patriots up by a point, 17-16.
Sal mentioned the potential playoff implications coming up at these 4 o'clock hour games today. I'm assuming, along with me, would like to just see the Denver Broncos and their rookie quarterback come to town.
Milton back to pass, pocket collapsing, deep shot over the middle is complete, and pulling it in, the tight end Bell. Big pass play over the middle. Boy, Milton's got a rocket of an arm as he's down to the 31-yard line.
He's got a rocket of an arm, and he's 21 of 24 in this game with a right around a 120 passer rating. He's been impressive here today.
It's an 18-yard pass play as it'll bring up 1st and 10. Milton in the shotgun here. Jennings to his left. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Hand it off. No, it's a fake. And the pass goes to Booty. Gets away from the initial tackler, Hamlin, and then is tackled from behind And making the stop there was Ulofoshio, but it's going to be 1st and goal New England, as Kayshon Boutte has been a problem. He had a touchdown reception in the first matchup a couple of weeks ago, Eric. He's feasting again here today.
He caught a fade route from Drake May on the first possession of the Patriots of the game to give them a 7-0 lead. He's kind of limping off to the sideline now, and they're going to give him a break and bring in Alex Erickson at receiver.
No Patriots receiver has had a 100-yard receiving game. He does now. The first Patriots receiver to go over 100 this season. Handoff goes to Jennings inside as he comes over the left side. Tackled from behind by Toohill. Right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, and Boutte actually, he hit his head really hard on the turf. One of his own teammates was kind of signaling to the bench, hey, get him off the field, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, got his legs pinned underneath him, too, on the tackle from behind by Ulofoshio, so we'll see what the injury update is from the Patriots.
I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself with one performance by Milton this season, but it's interesting because he had some serious highlights coming out of Tennessee last year. With that arm strength, you would have thought he would have got drafted earlier than the 6th round.
2nd and goal from the 9, and Dwayne Carter has Milton wrapped up. He threw the ball away. The Bills are playing it like it's a fumble, and Codrington picked it up. There's a flag on the play as well. Head referee Alan Eck is signaling incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be intentional grounding, though. There wasn't any receivers in the area of the throw. Dwayne Carter's begging for it to be a sack.
Intentional grounding, number 19, offense. There were no receivers in the area of the pass. Quarterback was still in the pocket. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
That would have been Carter's first sack of the season.
He was begging for it too, and he was wrapped up in the pocket, kind of spinning him around as Milton just slung the ball. It's tough for a defensive lineman because there Carter, if he really wanted to, he could have likely gave him a kill shot, put his body on him, but then you're going to get a 15-yard roughing the passer. Instead, you wrap him up and do the right thing. You spin him around, but then you don't get credit for the sack.
3rd and 24 from the 24. Pocket collapsing. Milton moving around to avoid it. Flag flies. That's going to go for holding. Javon Solomon tries to wrap him up. He gets away again. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for a touchdown. But it's going to come back. An unbelievable play by Milton as he had 3 different pass rushers for the Bills running all over the field and then fired a machine gun bullet to the end zone for a touchdown, but it's coming back on holding.
Previous spot. Replay. 3rd down.
That one is not going to count, but that's going to be on some highlight reels. That was one heck of a play by Joe Milton to be able to just escape the rush in general, and then to be able to fire that ball in the corner of the end zone and give Douglas a chance to make this play with what would have been a touchdown. Casey Toohill draws the holding penalty on the play, creating pressure. Man, Milton, like I said, not to make too big of a deal about it against the vanilla game plan.
After replay assist, result of the play is an incomplete pass. The defense will be given their option regarding the holding.
That was Josh Allen-esque, that play.
It was.
And he's just as big. He's 6'5", 248 pounds.
It's 4th down.
Right.
And he can run like him.
What was the deal coming out of college? Milton said he could throw it. He thought he was going to be able to throw it 85 yards or...
I don't know if I'd put it past him.
I know.
Let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, they changed the ruling. This is an incomplete pass, not a touchdown that's called back, so the Bills decline the penalty. So now it's a 4th down for New England to bring their field goal team on.
And this will be a 42-yard attempt from dead center for Joey Sly. And this would give the Patriots an all-important 4-point lead with 8:58 left. There's a snap by Cardona. Hold is down. Kick on the way. And it is good. So with 8:53 left, the Patriots push their lead to 4. And they now lead 20-16.
And I think I hear some boos in the crowd because they realize that they might be losing that number 1 overall pick.
This Buffalo Bills radio broadcast brought to you in part by the Barnes Firm. Injured? Call 1-800-8-million. It could be the best call you make. This is Buffalo Bills football.
Hey
football fans. This is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from a weekend full of football as we find out who's headed to the playoffs and who's headed back to the drawing board.
Plus, we'll keep you up to date with the latest coaching news and start to take a peek ahead to the wild card weekend.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Working too hard to give you a heart attack.
You want to become good? Work. Playing at Sweet 16s, parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs.
First record I remember buying was Time Out by Dave Brubeck.
Flabbergasted by that album, how good that was. You know the song Wipeout? I just adapted it to the piano.
The Billy Joel Channel is back on Sirius XM for a limited time. Channel 79 and the Sirius XM app.
It's soccer's most thrilling league.
Only the Premier League can make you feel like this.
And now every match is on the SiriusXM app.
Can you believe it?
From the title race.
This is remarkable. Keeps this title charge on track, surely.
To the relegation fight.
The impossible may still be possible.
Hear every English Premier League match on the SiriusXM app and talk about all the EPL drama on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to Herman Schrader, Becoming Earnhardt Season 2, Door Bumper Clear, The Teardown, or even Speed Street for you IndyCar fans, we're covering every angle of motorsports in the off-season. Dirty Mo Media is your home for all things NASCAR now on the SiriusXM app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
First round, Eric Wood coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Bills set to receive here after the field goal drive by New England expands their lead to 20-16 with 8:53 left. Some fans here in the Gillette Stadium stands booing, as some of them would prefer that the Patriots lose this game and get the number one pick in the draft. Codrington will field the kickoff at his own 1 yard line. Out to the 20, cuts it back to the 25, through a hole at the 30, and is dropped at the 33-yard line. So a 32-yard return there by Codrington. Titus Leo on the tackle. As we told you at the top of the broadcast, Patriots got to lose this to get the top pick in the draft. The other two teams still in play, the Tennessee Titans, who would clinch the number one pick with a loss and a New England win, and then the Browns, who lost last night. They would need New England and Tennessee to win to clinch the top pick.
Any knowledgeable fans in the building should be rooting against the Patriots to win this game.
Mike White in the shotgun, hands it off to Ray Davis, cuts it back over the left side and gets out to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, bring up 2nd and 5.
The one thing the Patriots fan can be encouraged by is what you're seeing from Joe Milton. You either have a great backup, or you assume you got a good backup to behind Drake May for next year, or potentially if he has a good enough preseason and you want to stick with a veteran like a Brissett or another type of veteran that could help out Drake May early in his career, you could potentially get some draft capital trading him.
2nd and 5, White under center, Gilliam and Davis in the backfield, pitch to the right side. Davis has to cut it back due to penetration by Ekuale, and he's wrapped up and tackled by Titus Leo. And that's going to go for a loss of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. As we're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next.
This is the week they announced the Pro Bowl rosters. Interesting that the Bills, with the 2 seed, only have 2 guys voted in. We got a bunch of alternates, but just 2 guys voted in Josh Allen and Deion Dawkins, both deserving. But I feel like there was a number of snubs out there on this Bills team.
Yeah, we'll talk about those after this play. White from the shotgun throws it out on the right side, complete to Samuel. He's got the first down and fights for extra yardage by powering his way through the tackle by Miles Battle. It's a gain of 8 on the play, out to the 48. And a fresh set of downs for Buffalo.
Yeah, I feel like their biggest snub was likely James Cook. I believe Joe Mixon got a lot of credit early in the season that carried him through, but when you look at what James Cook did from a touchdown standpoint, a bunch more receiving yards than Joe Mixon, almost a yard extra per carry.
And 6 more touchdowns.
Exactly.
Not to mention the fact that Mixon missed 4 games with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Timeout here by New England.
Second charge timeout, New England. 30-second timeout.
This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. I was shocked too, Eric, that Christian Benford was nowhere. Not a second alternate, not a third alternate, not a sixth alternate. He was nowhere to be found in Pro Bowl voting, and maybe he's an example of a guy that has to get on the radar this year, and they may get more consideration next year.
100%. That's 100% correct. You know, he comes out of Villanova. He's not a big name, and the stats maybe aren't there, but part of the reason he was barely targeted this season because of how effective he was on the outside. And look, I mean, that's one of those deals where, he's got a better shot at making the All-Pro team than maybe even being an alternate for the Pro Bowl.
White from the shotgun, going to throw it to Davis in the left flat on a screen play, and gets about 3 yards on the play into New England territory at the 49. Eric Johnson on the tackle.
I also thought Spencer Brown likely deserved to be a higher alternate. I believe he was a 5th alternate. Spencer Brown, and I was talking to Patriots coaches before this game, and they were talking about how early in his career they saw him as a guy that, they could get some effective pass rushes on, and they're saying now, and this is a divisional opponent, rival coaches talking to me about how great he is now at this point of his career.
Pitch to the right. Davis tries to cut it back, spins off a tackle by Tavai, and gets positive yardage, but only about a yard, maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 6 with 5:58 and counting left.
Yeah, Spencer Brown, and he came into the league. He's a small school guy. He didn't play at all the COVID year, and then he had a back injury, which really thwarted one of his off seasons of development. He couldn't get in the weight room as much as he'd like to. Well, he's had a pretty healthy run lately, so he can develop his body, and then you work with Aaron Cromer long enough, and you have the skill set and the tangibles that Spencer Brown has. He's going to turn that guy into a ball player, and he truly has.
Empty set on 3rd and 5, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. White back to pass, pocket collapsing, fires to the right sideline looking for Coleman, but it's batted away by Miles Battle, the practice squad call-up. Incomplete. And decision time here for the Bills on 4th and 5 at the New England 47-yard line with 5:25 to play and down 20-16.
And we keep talking about, the New England draft pick. This isn't going to mess with the Bills draft pick. Well, the only thing that messes with that is how well they do in the postseason coming up. That'll determine their draft position. If Bills fans are out there rooting for draft position, maybe root against the Vikings tonight or in the playoffs because we own their 2nd-round pick.
4th and 5 here. White in the shotgun as the offense stays on the field. Back to pass, throws it to Samuel. He's got to fight for extra yardage all by himself, and he's outnumbered out on the right side by 4 New England defenders. He lowers the shoulder, but is going to come up a yard or 2 short, and now there's some extracurricular activity after the play as one of the Bills players did not appreciate the way Samuel was held down on the turf after he was tackled. It forces a little bit of a skirmish, and the officials jump in there to break it up. And who's in the middle of it? You guessed it, Alec Anderson.
You know what I like? Because to me, as an offensive lineman, you got to go stand up for your guys. What you can't go over there and do is go throw a punch, which could potentially get you suspended for next week, lead to a big boy fine. And we just got to see the replay. Curtis Samuel took an extra shot at the end of that one, and that was Bush League.
And he didn't like it.
No, and so you got your offensive lineman that'll go over there and stick up for you, and that's your job out there. You're the protectors. You're the protector of the quarterback, the running back, and anybody else on the team. You're the biggest guys. You got 5 of you out there. You protect your group, and the Bills have continually done that, since I was here, and it's always continued. You stand up for your guys. You just got to do it in the right way to prevent 15-yard penalties, fines, and possible suspensions.
So the play comes up 2 yards short of the first down marker, so a turnover on downs, the second one of the day for the Bills. So New England will take over at their own 44, and Samuel with a nice day today, leading the Bills, 7 catches for 52 yards, an encouraging performance for him heading into the postseason. But let's go down to the sidelines to Sal.
All right, guys, here's an NFL scoreboard delivered to you by the UPS store. Be unstoppable. We've talked a lot about the NFC South. If Tampa wins, they win it. They're winning right now 20-19, 10 minutes left in that game. If they don't win, Atlanta can, but they're tied right now, 31-all with the Carolina Panthers. You guys just mentioned the number 1 overall pick. Looks like Tennessee has a great shot at that. If the Patriots win today and the Tennessee Titans lose, they get that pick. It's 23-6. Houston leads. The Houston Texans lead the Tennessee Titans. All right, real quick. Next week, here's how it works. We do not know when the Bills will be playing their Super Wildcard game against whoever the opponent is, Denver, Miami, or Cincinnati. There will be 2 games played on Saturday, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. windows on Saturday. 3 games on Sunday, 1, 4, and 8:30. Then there's a Monday night game. The Bills will not play in the Monday night game. That is a 4 or 5 matchup. The NFL does that because it's the least amount of basically chaos depending on who wins. So the Bills will be either Saturday at 4 or 8 or Sunday 1, 4 or 8. Remember last year was 1 p.m. on Sunday, but because of the storm, it was moved to a Monday. But those are the options for the Bills next weekend.
All right, thanks for that, Sal. 5:16 left. New England up 20-16. And as we told you, Patriots win here. They lose out on the top pick in the draft. That would then put the Titans in contention for the top pick, as well as the Browns. Milton in the shotgun here, 1st and 10 from the New England 44. 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Back to pass, looking left, pocket collapsing. Solomon had a hand on him, throws deep down the left sideline, intended for Gibson. In coverage there was Ulofoshio. It sails over the sideline, incomplete. Javon Solomon has been a menace this afternoon.
He has been, but I'll say this about today and other times this season. One thing he's got to work on is finishing the plays. It's when you have that opportunity to get the quarterback down, you got to do it. And that's a knock. So you love his pass rush moves. You love his suddenness, his quickness, what he can bring. But finishing those plays, he could have some serious stats here his rookie year if he was able to.
Terrell Jennings with the carry over the left side. That's going to go for a gain of 2 out to the 46. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8. Solomon on the tackle.
But you bring in a guy like Solomon in the 5th round, and he's got 2 sacks on the year, 5 quarterback hits, 2 tackles for loss. And you're encouraged by what you saw from him in his first year in Buffalo.
And I remember talking to Greg Rousseau about him in training camp. I said, who's the most impressive new guy on the roster? I'm expecting him to say DeJuan Smoot, Casey Toohill. He said Javon Solomon. I said, why? He said his hands are heavy. Milton in the shotgun, back to pass. Pocket collapsing, rolling out to his right. Joe Andreessen in pursuit. He fires. It's incomplete. Credit Joe Andreessen with a quarterback hit. And that's going to bring up 4th and 8. And the pump team is out for New England. So Mike White in the offense should get another possession here as we're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for What's Next. Codrington deep to return for Buffalo, standing at his own 10-yard line.
I'll say this about Joe Andreessen. You know, a lot was made about his performance in the preseason. Some thought it was just a feel-good story. That guy, every time he gets on the field, whether it's been special teams all year or coming in a reserve role, he belongs on an NFL football field.
Fair catch signaled for by Codrington. He pulls it in at his own 15. And Mike White and the offense will get another crack after that 39-yard punt, no return, to try to pull this one out for Buffalo. They need a touchdown drive to do it with 4:18 left, 2 timeouts at their disposal. They can take their time here and matriculate the ball down the field, but they got to stay ahead of the sticks, Eric. There have been a lot of long down and distance due to pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, pre-snap penalties, and then the fact that the Patriots know that the Bills want to run this game out and get out of here, mitigate as much as they can the injury risk.
White under center on 1st and 10. Davis the lone setback. He's going to take the handoff, work it inside, cut back across the grain, falls forward. Gain of 2 on the play, out to the 17.
It's always interesting when you get in a little skirmish with a defense and then the offense goes 3 and out, how quickly you get back out there. There's still some tempers likely flaring out there. We could see some chippiness here towards the end.
Daniel Ekuale on the tackle for New England. He's been a busy man inside in the run front for New England. White going to work from the shotgun here on 2nd and 7 with 3:44 and counting. Davis now into the backfield to his left. And some late motion left to right by Samuel. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Looking left. And it's tipped up in the air by Titus Leo. It harmlessly falls incomplete. There were some Patriots in the area.
He looked one way, and it looked like he felt like that one was going to get batted on the swing pass to the right, so he works all the way back left, and Leo just able to get a fingertip on that one.
Titus Leo, a second-year player out of Wagner on Staten Island. White going to work from the shotgun here on 3rd and 7 with 3:32 left. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Davis to his left in the backfield. Here's the snap. 4-man rush. Steps up in the pocket. Rolls out to his right. Fires, looking for Samuel, but it's broken up by Del Pettis, and it's incomplete. And the punt unit will have to come on for Buffalo with 3:26 left in the game, and the Bills down 4, 20-16.
If there was ever any doubt whether the Patriots players gave one lick about them getting the number 1 overall pick, you could tell by the reaction of their sidelines, the way their guys are playing, that is not the case. Those guys are out there playing some pretty inspired football today, especially given the circumstances of the game, the lack of crowd here supporting them.
So Martin on to punt this one away. Alex Erickson deep to return for New England, standing at his own 35. Martin with a driven ball, sending Erickson back to his 30. Comes up the right sideline, 35-40, 45-50, and forced out of bounds in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. It's a 25-yard return there by Erickson after that 52-yard punt by Martin.
Talking earlier about potential Pro Bowl snubs, Greg Rousseau this year had a really nice season. Whether, he gets in, that defensive end pass rusher role is tough. I mean, you have some of the premier guys in the AFC to compete against. I just felt like
Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Max Crosby's hurt, but Max Crosby, you got TJ Watt. I mean, you have so many edge rushers that are going to just every year, especially based upon name, but also production, get in the game.
1st and 10 here. Another good drive start for New England. A pitch play to the right for Terrell Jennings. Powering his way through a tackle by Dwayne Carter, and finally brought down by Cole Bishop after a 7-yard gain to the Buffalo 38.
Second charge timeout, Buffalo. 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 3:08. 3:08.
This team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Greg Rousseau on the season, a career single season 8 sacks. That's a career high for him in a single season. He also had 16 tackles for loss, 24 quarterback hits, and 3 forced fumbles and a fumble recovery.
And in his total pressures on the season was top 10 in the NFL, I believe, which puts him in some pretty elite company. And you talk about pressures, when you look at, defensive end pass rusher production, oftentimes the pressures, you look at those on how they're affecting each and every play because, the pass rush and coverage has got to marry each other in order for there to be a sack or even a quarterback hit on a play.
2nd and 3, and it's a quarterback keeper by Milton who comes around the right side, eludes the tackle attempt by Ulofoshio, and stretches for a first down. It's a gain of 4 as he runs over the Bills' sideline. So it's 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 34 as we have 3:03 left with the clock stopped.
If there was ever any doubt if McDermott meant his words when he said they're going to play to win, Sean called that timeout on the previous after the previous play to try and stop this clock. Milton did it himself there.
So 1st and 10, Milton in the shotgun, handoff to Jennings right up the gut. And there's a pileup of players there after a 2-yard gain to the 32. And
3rd and final timeout, Buffalo. 30-second timeout.
DeMar Hamlin on the tackle. His team timeout brought to you by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, we talked today, some evaluations heading into the game, and Matt Milano didn't play a single snap here. So one of the conversations was, is it going to be Dorian Williams or Matt Milano starting in the playoffs? I believe it's now set in stone. It's going to be Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard, who missed today's game with a quad injury, but not deemed to be that serious. You expect to see him out there in the wild card round for the Bills, and we expect Matt Milano to play next to him. Now, if the Bills play against the Broncos, which I believe there was an 85% chance heading into this week that's who they're going to play, they do run some heavy personnel, so we could see some base sets with both Williams and Milano on the field.
2nd and 8 for New England. Milton in the shotgun, handoff to Jennings, working around the left side, and he's wrapped up by Andreessen, who shot the gap quickly and is going to get a tackle for loss, a loss of 1 there, but the clock will continue to run. 2:45 and counting here with the Patriots up 4. Meanwhile, the Titans, they are playing now, or do they have a 4 o'clock game?
No, they're playing now against Houston. They're down
They're down 23-14. So if New England wins and Tennessee loses, they get the number 1 pick in the draft.
Cleveland came into today after the loss yesterday holding the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, they needed New England to win and Tennessee to win along with their loss. Jennings gets the handoff, coming around the right side, setting the edge there. Ingram forces him back inside to his help, and he's wrapped up by Codrington and Toohill and stopped at the 31-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 7, and we are at the 2-minute warning. Buffalo Bills football brought to you in part by Toyota, the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. It's the 2-minute warning. Bills down 20-16 here on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Paid actors represent actual clients. After my motorcycle accident, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $300,000, 5 times more than insurance offered.
After my car accident, insurance offered $50,000. My case was worth over $1 million more.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
My case was worth $800,000.
What's your case worth? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
Freed Maxick is one of the largest locally owned public accounting firms in the Western New York region and a top 100 CPA firm in the nation. Freed Maxick has over 300 employees who enjoy a wide range of unique benefits. Freed Maxick has opportunities at all levels for in-person and remote talent. Join the Freed Maxick team and start or continue your career with a world-class firm. Visit our website at freedmaxick.com/careers to learn more and apply. Freed Maxick. Trust earned.
Need a top-notch construction and industrial supplier? Look no further than Haynes Supply Inc. right here in Buffalo, your primary destination for Milwaukee tools. Right now, you can bundle and save with Haynes Supply's exclusive Power Tool Bundle deals. Buy 10, 20, or 30 and get your choice of free goods packages. Don't let these incredible savings pass you by. Call Haynes Supply today at 826-2636. Haynes Supply. From our Buffalo roots to nationwide sales and service, we are your industrial contractor supplier.
Seneca Gaming and Entertainment, we've got your game.
Hey Buffalo fans, Seneca Gaming in Irving is keeping the football vibe alive every Wednesday during football season. Come out for Wear It Wednesday. Rock your blue and red gear on Wednesdays and you're entered to win football tickets, autographed items, and other great prizes. And from 4 till 8, there's free play and hot seats every half hour.
We've got your game.
It's Wear It Wednesday. Seneca Gaming's got the prizes. Do you got the game? Seneca Gaming in Irving.
We've got your game.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, no guys, if the Patriots get the number 1 pick, of course they don't need a quarterback. They could use that pick to trade and get a whole bunch of picks. If the Titans get it, I think they might choose a QB. It feels like they've moved off Will Levis.
Yeah, it will be interesting. This 4th and 7 for the Patriots has prompted them to try a 50-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. This would put them up 7 with 2 minutes remaining. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is long enough. And it is good. Right down the middle for Joey Sly. And boos go up from the crowd as the Patriots now lead 23-16 with 1:55 left. Bills need a touchdown drive to tie as we're coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank, for what's next. As we told you earlier, the Tennessee Titans, who are also in contention for the number 1 overall pick, trail Houston 23-14 with 1:14 left, and Houston has the football. So Tennessee going to lose that game in Week 18. And if New England escapes with this 7-point victory, the Tennessee Titans will have the number 1 overall pick.
Yep, and the Bills are going to have a minute 55, barring a return that chews up some of the clock, and they have no timeouts left. And I would expect if they do score to go for 2. You don't want this game dragging on longer.
Overtime.
You don't want this to, this game is essentially, about evaluation, getting guys experience, and then getting some guys back into action, like a Hamlin, Curtis Samuel out there who's missed a number of weeks. But you essentially want this game over as quickly as possible now, but also compete for the win. I mean, that's been a trademark of Sean McDermott, whether it's preseason, a game like this, you're playing to win.
Codrington takes it from the goal line to the 10, the 20, looking to the middle, now bends it to the right side of the field and is wrapped up at the 29-yard line. 29-yard return for Codrington. Titus Leo on the tackle. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Coming to you live from the Northwest Bank broadcast booth. Northwest Bank for what's next. Chris Brown, Eric Wood with you. 1:47 left. Bills down 23-16. They have the football. Mike White at the controls. In the shotgun, Ray Davis to his right. 3 receivers to the right, including the tight end Morris. 1 to the right. Back to pass. Looking left, now right. Deep down the sideline for Coleman. In a hand-fighting battle with Miles Battle. It's incomplete as the ball drifts over the sideline. Not really on the mark there. Bring up 2nd and 10.
If Mac Hollins can get 47 yards on this drive, then he can hit a nice bonus to get an incentive he's got in this game. So maybe you take a shot down the field and see if you can get Mac Hollins along one.
That would be a $200,000 incentive. 2nd and 10 from the 29. 3 receivers to the left. Coleman on the right. Davis to the left of White in the shotgun. Play clock down to 4. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Has time. Fires over the middle looking for Coleman, but he overshot him over his head. Coleman was open on a crossing route, but Mike White just missed him as he airmailed that pass incomplete. And it's now 3rd and 10. And Mike White not happy with himself. He's screaming at himself right now.
Yeah, Coleman's a big target to miss coming across the field. Now that pass required some touch over one Patriots defender. But, yeah, that's just a miss there by Mike White. I think we heard groans from Patriots fans and Bills fans in the stands there.
1:38 left. Bills down 7, 23-16. 3rd and 10 at their own 29. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Blitz from the Patriots. They pick it up. Looking for Coleman. It's tipped and incomplete. Miles Battle with another pass breakup. He's the rookie out of Utah, and he's just as tall as Coleman, 6'3", 197, and matches up well with the Bills' top pick.
Yeah, Coleman's been targeted 9 times in this game, just 2 catches. Now, a lot of those, were maybe even less than 50-50 balls heading down the sideline where he's just kind of an outlet at the end of the play. So the game's going to come down to this. 4th and 10 coming up for the Bills on their own 29.
White can operate from the shotgun. Davis to his right. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Play clock down to 3. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Fires. Arm hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Christian Ellis had a chance at an INT, but it falls incomplete. It is the 3rd turnover on downs for Buffalo today, and New England will kneel this out and win the football game to improve to 4-13 on the season. And smile from Gerard Mayo as the Patriots will close out the season with a victory, and a much needed one.
Much needed one maybe for morale in the locker room, but not much needed when you consider that they could have had the number 1 overall pick. They started the season off with a win at Cincinnati in week 1, but really couldn't get anything going for the remainder of the year. Just not enough talent on this roster at this point, but they head into the offseason with a lot of draft capital, and they go into the offseason before any moves are made with the most money to spend in free agency based upon their cap projections.
4-game win streak for the Bills will also come to an end here in Week 18, as the Patriots will need to kneel this down one more time. Joe Milton with a nice game for the Patriots today. Goes 22 of 29 for 241 yards and a touchdown and a 111 passer rating as he takes another knee here. And they might have to take one more knee. Let's go down the sidelines to Sal.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you can tell. I'm sure you can from where you are, but a lot of fans booing.
They're not happy.
Their team.
No, we just had
then it comes again. Listen,
we just had a conversation with the guy passing in front of us who said, "Why'd you guys lose? Why couldn't you beat us today?" Yeah. Normally, those are the fans that are heckling us throughout the game. Now they're asking us why we couldn't win.
So as the final 12 seconds tick away here, the Patriots will get their 4th win of the season and win 23-16 over Buffalo, who finish 13-4. As we said, this game had no bearing on Buffalo's playoff seed. They will be the number 2 seed next week in Super Wild Card Weekend. And the Tennessee Titans look like they are going to have the number 1 pick in the draft, as their game has gone final as well. So with a Patriots win and a Tennessee Titans loss, the Tennessee Titans will have the number 1 pick in the draft, and the Bills will wait on the outcomes of the 4 o'clock games here, Eric, between Denver and Kansas City, and then the other game, which is between, where are we here? The Jets and the Dolphins, to find out who they face in Wild Card Weekend. Got any preferences?
Give me Denver. And look, Denver's had a nice season. Bo Nix looks to be their quarterback of the future, but give me a rookie quarterback coming into Highmark for his first ever playoff game. They do have an elite defense. They may have the defensive player of the year, and Patrick Surtain at cornerback. Benito, one of their edge rushers, is a good young star. We saw him last year in Orchard Park, and he's an effective pass rusher. The Broncos were able to beat us in Orchard Park a year ago, but as opposed to playing a division opponent in Miami for the 3rd time, and then, what the Bengals were able to do. They started off the season terribly, and maybe some of that's with the wrist injury that Joe Burrow suffered last year. Part of it is they don't practice in the preseason. They go 2 days on, 1 day off. I was talking to some Patriots coaches before the game, and they said, look, we knew week 1 we had a great chance of winning that game because they weren't going to be prepared. They're not ready for the physicality. They got 0 snaps in the preseason with starters. They had Jamar Chase holding out for all of the preseason for looking for a contract extension. He never got it. T. Higgins got franchise tagged. He was ticked about that, and he had kind of a phantom hamstring injury, missed a game early because of an illness, which I'm not speculating. All I'm saying is they had some early season adversity, but although it's a 17-game season now, you can't start off a season the way the Bengals did, or else you're just playing with fire, and now you're sitting here rooting. You end the season on a 5-game winning streak, but you have to have rooting interest, and one of the games, the game that, when you look at this Broncos game, they're a 10.5-point favorite playing against the Chiefs' backups, which is no guarantee. Those games are, how they even determine point spreads on those when you don't know who exactly is playing and whatnot, even though we know Mahomes won't be out there.
The inactive list included Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Travis Kelce, and a couple of linemen that start for them as well. So just about all of their primary skill position players on both sides of the ball inactive for the Chiefs. So the Broncos will be playing backups at home in Denver, and a Chiefs team that got in late after an ice storm grounded their plane yesterday afternoon. They didn't get into Denver till late in the evening. So they have the 4 o'clock game now. Miami playing the Jets as well. And without Tua Tagovailoa, who is inactive. And they're going with Tyler Huntley at quarterback. So
last I saw, Jets were a 1-point favorite against Miami.
So we'll have to wait for the 4 o'clock game outcomes before we know who Buffalo is playing for Super Wild Card Weekend, which will also determine when they are playing. I think we all would agree if it does happen to be the Cincinnati Bengals, that one's going to be prime time, Burrow versus Allen.
It will be.
Yeah.
And I said it on One Bills Live this week. If it was a storybook Super Bowl run, you say, sure, give me Burrow, Jackson, Mahomes, and the Bills win the Super Bowl against whoever. Well, that's not from a competitive standpoint what I would like to happen. From a competitive standpoint, give me the Broncos, an upset to the Ravens, and maybe even the Chiefs getting knocked off and we host the AFC Championship game at Buffalo.
Sounds good to me. Stay tuned for Coach McDermott's post-game comments, brought to you live by Northtown Kia, Western New York's #1 Kia dealer. Shop northtownkia.com. So, your final here at Gillette Stadium, New England 23, Buffalo 16. And want to thank our outstanding crew, both in our Amherst, New York studios and here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Your spotter, the new kid on the block, Sean Clancy. On-site engineering, Todd Large. Game day production, Todd Brody. Program scheduling, Mary Jane Smith. Senior network board op, Michael Moran. Network engineer, Derek Abbey. Chief engineer, Tom Maddy. Director of engineering, Al Maranka. Director of sports sales, Jill Kowalski. Program director, Alan Davis. The man who's begged us to bring back clam chowder, Tim Wenger. Network game day producer, Zach Jones. Your executive producer is Greg Harvey. Our thanks to our outstanding crew. They've been great all season long, from the preseason right through here to Week 18, and I'm confident that will continue here into the postseason. The next time you will hear from us will be next weekend. We don't know if it's Saturday. We don't know if it's Sunday. Heck, it could even be Monday night. But either way, we do know where we will be. We will be at Highmark Stadium for Super Wild Card Weekend. The Bills, since 2020, have more wild card victories than any other team in football. They have 4 over the last 4 postseasons. No other team has that many. But they fall here at Gillette Stadium this afternoon to finish 13-4 on the regular season, 23-16 to the New England Patriots, keeping them from an unbeaten season in the division. They are 5-1 in the division to end the season. But for Eric Wood and all of us here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Chris Brown saying so long. We'll catch you next week for Super Wild Card Weekend action. Game, day, and time to be determined. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
After an accident, life can be scary, stressful, tricky. You need Richmond Bona to help navigate the process. The team at Richmond Bona provides high levels of support so you get the settlement you need and the new beginning you deserve. When the unexpected happens, expect Richmond Bona. Call 716-600-HURT. That's 716-600-4878. Or go to richmondvona.com. 192 Seneca Street, Buffalo, New York. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
At Transitown Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, we've been offering unbeatable prices and trusted service for over 50 years. But it's not just about low prices on cars, trucks, and SUVs. It's about how we treat you. From the moment you walk into Transitown Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, we make sure your buying experience is world-class, transparent, and easy. Because if you don't trust our process, we won't earn your business. Transitown Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram. Unbeatable prices, trusted service for over 50 years.
Wide receiver, Khalil Shakir here.
Khalil Shakir.
When I want to treat my team to the most flavorful pizza on game day, I treat them to Picasso's.
Picasso.
Start the perfect order today at Picasso'sPizza.net.
We are Buffalo Pizza.
Wide receiver, Khalil Shakir here.
Khalil Shakir.
When I want to treat my team to the most flavorful pizza on game day, I treat them to Picasso's.
Picasso.
Start the perfect order today at picassospizza.net.
We are Buffalo Pizza.
Lake Hour presents Real Fans of Buffalo.
Real fans of Buffalo.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Skip the Bathroom Line Sneak.
Mr. Skip the Line Sneak.
Why stand around when you could be back in your seat watching Josh and the boys and sipping a cold Lake Hour? Rules are for the other guys. You've got a game to catch.
Mr. Skip the Line Sneak.
Lake Hour. Drink responsibly.
This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Ready? Buffalo Bills game day on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
All right, here we go. We gotta have a drive. 23 left.
1, 2, 3. It's time for the post-game show with Shope and the Bulldog.
Hi there. Happy New Year. The Bills lose in New England.
Yay!
23-16 to finish the regular season 13-4. AFC East champions.
I would have liked how 14-3 would have sounded, but I'm still overall I'm glad they lost and kept New England from getting the top pick in the draft.
Of course, both those records sound wrong.
Of course,
because they're not. There's more than 16 games being. It's like almost like you have a tie somehow folded in 13-4. It doesn't sound right. Somebody made a mistake. Mike Shope and the Bulldog here. We have a lot to talk about and still to find out about what lies ahead for the Bills. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos at 4:25, so still 12 minutes away from kickoff there. As you probably know by now, you've certainly heard it said many times, a Broncos win as 10-point home favorites would mean that the Bills would host Denver next weekend. We don't know when. A Kansas City upset would give the opportunity to the Dolphins if they can win at the Jets. And if they can't, then it will be the Bengals next weekend. So we'll be here for the next hour and a half to 2 hours, and the Chief-Denver game will be a lot of our focus just to see, like, what's going to happen.
Sure, and depending on how that game goes, then the Miami-New York game will be like in a sidecar, I think, interest-wise, because that's the other Bengals fail-safe, if that's an okay way to look at this. I still, nothing's changed for me, although Miami being maybe a little shaky with Tua moving forward into wildcard weekend, should they get in, that could change that, but he's talking like he's going to play no matter what, even though the medical stuff on him sounds maybe really serious if he were to take another hit on his hip. But nonetheless, I still would like to avoid the Bengals. Everybody's been saying it. We've been saying it. I've been saying it for, I think, a month or more. As they got hot and this kind of started coming into focus, like they're out there, they're lurking, there they are. And they leaned into it and won 5 going to the wire here in a row. And so they have a breath here, but it's not a great one, but it's there.
By the way, the Chargers-Raiders game as well, starting in about 10 minutes, has meaning in the AFC playoff picture. If the Chargers win, they'll be the 5 and go to Houston in the first round next weekend. If they lose, then it will be Pittsburgh going to Houston. The other of the two teams between the Steelers and the Chargers will be Baltimore's first round opponent. We'll probably spend a minute or two on that also. Soon we'll hear from, like what usually happens if today's not different, Josh Allen and then Sean McDermott. McDermott's press conference will be brought to you by Northtown Kia, Western New York's #1 Kia dealer. Shop at northtownkia.com. Well, this game, we thought, we even were told Josh Allen would start and come out. And it was literally one play. I thought he was great on that one play. I can't wait for your eye on the quarterback segment to see how you felt about it. But one play and that was it. A lot of talk of contract incentives today. Even the punter.
The punter, I think, nailed down a sizable sum by getting a punt. He owes Jamarcus Ingram for keeping that ball out of the end zone. As it turned out, he had a bad hop on his first punt that landed inside the 20, but ended up getting downed at the 22.
Here's Sean McDermott.
Beat ourselves in some situations, and good for James to get 1,000 yards and then to tie the record there. So a couple bright moments, and with that, I'll turn it over to you with your questions.
Sean, you brought James back in. Clearly there was an intent there to get the record, or it's tied, I guess. Why was that important for the organization?
Well, I mean, number one, you're trying to make sure you're protecting him as much as we can, and we're smart with it. So we got inside. I think there's a 3. Mitch got inside the 1, 2, or 3 yard line, whatever it was, and we put James in there I mean, he's worked all year. The offense has worked all year, and the O-line in particular, and James. And so get a chance to get it on a short run. It was good to see.
There were other examples of that. Bond had a sack early. Martin's punt. How much of that is building the culture here, being aware of those things, and trying your best within reason to reward players?
Yeah, I think it's a fine line, right? A delicate balance. You want to know, right? You want to be aware, and it's hard because you're trying to put the health of the player and the team first, and so. But you're this close to a milestone, and in this case with James or some of the other guys as well.
Joe Andreessen got the start. He was out there a lot. I think he led the team in tackles. What did you see from him out there today?
Yeah, I mean, the thing you're looking for from a middle linebacker is, can he run the defense? Does he handle the operation? How good is the communication? And I'm sure, Joe wants some plays back, but when you have that type of production from a middle linebacker, that's what you're looking for. And then the operation and the communication, I thought was pretty darn good, especially with some new players out there with him.
Sean, health-wise, you don't have a lot of information usually, but does it feel like you got out of this game the way you hoped to?
Yeah, I'll knock on wood, because sometimes things show up the next day. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it. Let me just knock on wood again, just to make sure. So I'll know a little bit more tomorrow, and when I get back in the locker room.
So that being the case, I mean, this appears to be the healthiest you've been going into the playoffs for, it seems like, several years. How rewarding is that to get to that point with your full team?
Yeah, it's good. No, you want to be as healthy as you can be going into the playoffs, and as strong as you can be.
You went the whole game with DeMar, or at least very close to it. Was that intentional?
It was. I mean, he's been out. He missed 2-3 weeks there, and I'm just trying to get him back going and get him back on with T-Rap and that communication. And you talk about the health Sal did in terms of, if you drop a guy back in there, in a playoff game, he hasn't been out there in several weeks, and what does that look like? Can he actually function? So it was good for us to take a look at DeMar, Curtis Samuel as well, and for them to get that out there too and get that confidence of, hey, this is what it's like again, game speed, and get into a rhythm here.
To have Sam kick that punt in the first half that went inside the 20 and got him that incentive, you could have kicked the field goal there, and there was quite a reaction from Sam too when that went there.
Was that after half? Was that the one after half? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I feel good for Sam. That was. You'd like to be able to kick a field goal there. We felt like it was outside of T-Bass's line at that point, just because of the. Felt better about going in the other direction, but yeah. So Sam, good for him. That's important now when you can create field position like that, and so happy for Sam.
How about Jamarcus's effort on that play to keep it from going into the end zone?
Great effort. Jamarcus is, he's just a great guy to have on the team and in the program, and any role that he's asked to do and embrace, he does, and gives great effort with it.
How did you think Mitch did? I mean, he's one play away all the time for you. How does he think he played?
Well, I thought it was important both for Mitch and for Mike to get a little bit of run as well, and both honestly probably threw the ball a little bit more than we had originally planned for it. Some of those were because of the third downs, and then a couple 2-minute drives at the end here for us on offense with Mike. But it's good for those two to get out there, and I thought they both did some good things.
So you have a game like this where a lot of starters watching on the sideline. How do you kind of upshift, if you will, moving into the playoffs, and what's your message to the team this week?
That's a loaded question. I mean, that's a lot in that question. And we got to take it one game at a time, right? Everything is earned, and there's nothing given in the playoffs, and you're going against the best every week. So we start with 1 week and really one day at a time as we get back in here and find out when we play and take it one day at a time.
Understanding you're taking it one day at a time, as you enter the postseason, I guess what would you consider a success during the playoffs this year?
Well, I think the ultimate goal every year is to win the Super Bowl. So I don't think I know. We're taking it one day at a time. That's when I've been to the Super Bowl, and I've been there twice. That's how you got to do it. That's how you get it. Hey, one day at a time. Work your tails off to prepare. You can't shortchange it. We want to jump to, hey, end of the week and playing the game. Nah, you want to jump to week 2. It's right here. Focus on what's right here and right in front of us.
Was it good for you to see Josh be able to keep that streak going, even though it was one play?
Yeah, again, just...
You mentioned it was important to him.
Yeah, it was. And for all the right reasons, right? It's not just... you guys know Josh. It's not about, hey, well, I want to keep this streak going just because it's important to him that he's out there with his teammates, and so being able to follow through on that, albeit a handoff, it was the right thing to do.
Sean, you guys became the first team in NFL history with 30 passing and 30 rushing touchdowns in one season. How does that just speak to the balance you guys have been able to have on offense this year, the way Joe has handled calling the offense now?
Yeah, we talk a lot about being a two-dimensional threat, two-dimensional offense, and that's important. Controlling the line of scrimmage is a big piece of that, and then Josh's ability to do some things and extend plays, that certainly factors in as well. So good balance overall is always good.
We talked about some guys getting some incentives. Vaughn was another one of those guys. He was pretty quick off the snap there.
Yeah.
How happy, everything that he's gone through, how happy were you to kind of see him get that?
Well, it was great, and in particular it was great because it was the first third down and the third play of the game, so it made it a lot easier on me, even though we left him out there just for a little bit more of a check and see. It was good to get him out there and then get him out and hopefully get him fresh for next week here. All right, thanks, guys.
That's it for this room for Buffalo.
Sean McDermott and the Bills lose to New England, but New England is the bigger loser here today. Going from what would have been the first overall pick in the 2025 draft with a loss here today to 4th, not even 2nd, 4th. Tennessee will pick first, and then Cleveland, and then the Giants. 3 3-win teams. New England is, for now, one of 5 4-win teams. They sit on CBS, though. They can't fall lower than 4th. That's determined. Ties are broken by the schedule you played, the strength of your opponents, and the weaker your opponents were, the earlier you draft.
Right. Because you had a lousy,
easier schedule.
3 teams won 4 teams. You played the easier schedule. Therefore, you're worse than them. Yeah,
that's it. Let's check the Skyworks stats of the game.
Nope.
Skyworks Equipment Rental, building America from the ground up.
Well, on the day, Josh Allen has no stats. So Mitchell Trubisky played into the second half anyway, 15 of 21 for 101 and 1 score. Mike White took his spot eventually and was 3 of 11 for 28 yards. Ray Davis carried the ball 15 times for 64 yards. He also caught a touchdown pass. James Cook, 10 for 28. Notable, he came in the second half to get a goal line rep and his 16th rushing touchdown of the season to tie the franchise mark with O.J. Simpson.
Were you surprised by that?
I was.
Me too.
I thought once he got his shot early in the game and they couldn't get it, then I just thought, okay, that's it. That's the end of that. But they brought him back in and they got away with it. They got him the touchdown and nothing, it seems, happened to him worse for the wear-wise. Curtis Samuel caught 7 balls for 52 yards. Keon Coleman, 2 for 31. Mac Hollins, speaking of incentives, I believe he triggered a $50,000 bonus with. He needed 2 receptions. He ended up with 3. Fell short of getting the yardage he needed for another big payday. He only had 25 yards receiving. New England, Joe Milton was impressive. 22 of 29, 241. Big arm. The delivery's a little slow, I'd say. Like getting the ball out of there is kind of elongated, but big guy, athlete. I mean, he ran away and made room for himself a couple of times. The big busted coverage play, in fact, I noticed him. Like he had a lineman right on him and had the angle, and he just bucked out wide a little bit and made room for himself and made a great throw down the field. Anyway, 22 of 29, 241 and a score. He adds 15 yards on 10 carries. Antonio Gibson, 12 carries for 41 yards. Keishon Butte, 7 for 117 and that touchdown I just mentioned on the Milton scramble play.
Allen does get a loss.
That stings.
For this game.
Yep.
You want that consecutive starts streak at your own peril.
MVP, forget about that. How about LVP?
How about, whatever happened to going into the playoffs strong? The Bills finish up 13-4. They're the 2 seed in the AFC, as we've known. They'll host either Denver, Miami, or Cincinnati? And we find out that answer here in about the next 3 hours. Broncos and Chiefs, Dolphins and Jets getting ready to kick off. We will look for your calls here, as always, coming up at 716-803-0550, getting connected with the fans, powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. We should hear from Josh Allen at some point as well. Mike Shope and the Bulldog here. This is the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
The Buffalo Bills post-game show is being brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.
By Snapdragon Apples, the official apple of the Buffalo Bills.
By Houghton University. Discover surprisingly affordable Christ-centered university right here in New York.
By Verizon, the Buffalo Bills, powered by Verizon.
And by Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. This is Buffalo Bills football.
The team at Anderson Water, Power, and Air want to ensure that you're always prepared. With our Western New York weather, you never know when the next blizzard will strike. No matter the weather, the team at Anderson is ready to help you weather the storm. Snow, sleet, or hail, we install in any weather, and our 24/7 emergency service is there when you need it. Visit powerbyAnderson.com to ensure that your home is prepared for winter. That's powerbyAnderson.com.
Tap into Anderson.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
When a car hit me, I called my attorneys at the Barnes firm. They got me $2 million, 40 times more than the insurance offered.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. What's your case really worth? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
After my car accident, I didn't know if I had a case. So I called my attorneys at the Barnes firm. They got me $600,000.
Do you have a case? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
Great care depends on strong connections. And in this time of rapidly changing healthcare needs, United Healthcare is helping you stay connected to the people and services you depend on in many important ways. From virtual doctor visits to prescriptions delivered by mail to 24/7 one-on-one support. When you choose a United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan, we'll help you get the care you need quickly and easily. To learn more, call United Healthcare today at 844-861-7310.
Bundle bottles of wine and save big with Outlet Liquor's Bottle Bundle Deals. Here's the deal. Buy any wine or champagne store-wide, priced at $13.99 or less, and get $2 off each bottle when you buy 3 or more. Buy 3 bottles, save $6. Grab 6 bottles, save $12. Fill a 12-bottle case and save $24. And you can mix and match from hundreds of wines and make your own sale. Go to outletliquor.com for more bottle bundle deals at your place to buy a case. Outlet Liquor, what's your outlet?
Cheers, insiders! Thanks for hanging out with us today for the Bills and the Patriots Week 18, a game that means absolutely nothing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our Sick Kids Football Frenzy campaign. It is an absolute amazing dream to be able to help raise money for the hospital that has changed so many lives in Toronto, including my own, and I'm sure many, many of yours as well. So please, thank you for hanging out with us. It's halftime. Please take a look at this full video here with a special guest, Mr. Joe Bowen, the announcer of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and huge Notre Dame football fan as we get ready for the next round of the college football playoffs, as well as getting ready for the NFL playoffs. Go Bills, go! Thank you for checking out the link that's pinned in the chat.
Cheers, insiders and football fans all over the world. This is Joe Bowen, Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and, more importantly under these circumstances, a huge football fan of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team during the Sick Kids Football Frenzy campaign here on TSI, where we make a real-world difference in our Toronto community. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering how you are making a difference. Well, a percentage of revenue from every single game will be donated directly to Sick Kids Hospital, as we have raised over $6,500 in just 8 months. Sick Kids has impacted my life, and I'm sure the lives of countless families in the Toronto area, and I know probably a number of yours as well. Please check out the link that is pinned in the chat or in the description and donate if you are able. Let's show the power of community of sports fans making a difference. One of the best ways to increase the amount of the donation is to share the link of this YouTube live stream on social media to help bring more football fans to our amazing community, changing the world one insider at a time. We'll see you in the chat. And holy Mackinac, thank you for helping us raise money for Sick Kids Hospital as we heal the future.
In this game, Josh Allen played one snap to extend his start streak, and then he was gone. Mitch Trubisky led Buffalo in the air with 101 yards passing and a touchdown. James Cook tied the franchise record for rushing touchdowns in a season and got to over 1,000 yards on the year. Meanwhile, Curtis Samuel led the Bills with 7 catches for 52 yards. As for New England, third-string quarterback Joe Milton was the star of the show today, 241 yards passing and a touchdown while adding a score on the ground. What's next for the Bills? The playoffs. The wild card round as the AFC's second seed awaits who will be their opponent between Denver, Miami, and Cincinnati. Around the NFL, the Broncos and Dolphins now in action. Denver takes on the Chiefs while Miami takes on the Jets. Both of those games about to be underway here in the first quarter. Other games from earlier today, the NFC South goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they come back to win against the Saints 27-19. The Falcons went to overtime against the Carolina Panthers, but in the moment they went to overtime, they were eliminated. That was when the Bucs sealed their victory against New Orleans. The Commanders claimed the 6th seed officially after a Packers loss to the Bears 24-22. Green Bay sitting at the 7th seed in the NFC. They will face the Eagles next week while Washington takes on the Los Angeles Rams. Scores from around the league delivered by the UPS Store. Be unstoppable. I'm Derek Kramer for the Buffalo Bills Radio Network.
Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, rollout. Davis open, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Mitch Trubisky with his second passing touchdown of the season. It goes to the rookie Davis.
Our Eye on the Quarterback is brought to you by Great Lakes Building Systems. We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Great Lakes Building Systems, our business, is protecting your business. Trubisky with that touchdown pass there to Ray Davis, 15 of 21 for 101. Mike White, 3 of 11 for 28. Joe Milton was the story of this game for New England, 22 of 29, first NFL action for him, 241 yards, excuse me, and a score.
I was kind of hoping Mike White would be better.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I guess I can't say just in case they need him. I really can't say that.
Yeah.
Although you never know. But I
might
like the idea of him.
I might not have minded if he were better because I'm not crazy about Trubisky, honestly, as a long-range backup quarterback option. But the Bills seem to like the fit, and he did all right today. You know, Trubisky. I mean, there wasn't anything that was glaring to me that was like, oh my God, he's so deficient.
No, but he didn't make one play that came close to Milton's best.
No,
8.
No, exactly right. So I mean, I guess you could get in a spot where if White looked good, you might think about him as your backup. But I wasn't really thinking about it.
A conversation for next year. But,
right,
you know,
right.
you can't blame him. I mean, how much time does he get playing with – the Bills really did have several of their regular receivers. You know, it wasn't Amari Cooper, but it was Hollins and Coleman got the ball a lot. Samuel's
barely even a regular receiver anymore.
No, that's right.
Team, but, you know, and as I think evidenced by him getting as much action as he got, even though he came into the game questionable with a rib injury. I mean, he was prominent in the passing game.
7 for 52 for Samuel today. We're told not to expect Allen won't talk after a loss. Okay.
These guys are so soft.
They are going to get on the plane and get ready for the playoffs, which probably will mean the Denver Broncos. So Denver just breezes down the field in its opening drive against Kansas City here to take a 7-0 lead. And first thought I have sitting here watching Denver during the break, we got to see the whole thing before we came back on. And the first pass goes to Nate Atkins. You might want to write these names down. The first pass goes to Nate Atkins. Then there's a Jaleel McLaughlin run. Then there's a pass to Troy Franklin, a rookie out of Oregon. Then there's a pass to Devon Vele, Then there's a run by Javonte Williams, and then there's a screen pass for a touchdown after he broke it to Marvin Mims Jr. There you go. That's everybody eats. I don't know. That's taken, but and Aldrich Estime was the running back on the play on the Mims touchdown. He would have been next.
He didn't get a touch on any of those plays.
No, he just got a fake handoff is all he got.
So they're up 7-0 Denver. Miami, which only really matters if Denver doesn't win, they got an early turnover. I think they went 3 and out and punted, or I don't know about 3 and out, but they punted. Jets got the ball. There was a turnover, and Miami got the ball at the 15 and had to settle for 3. So they're up 3-0 on the Jets pretty early.
Lines are open at 716-803-0550. The Patriots squander the first overall pick by this win. I feel sympathetic just in advance to their players because the fans are going to hate that they won this game. A lot of them. There always are fans that say, like, they make the point. We went through it with the Sabres, like, well, the players are trying, whatever. Mm-hmm. And no doubt the Patriots guys were, and that's what players do. So they might hear about it from fans in one way or another. That might not be pretty. But it happened.
Yeah. What's weird about them, to me, is like we were talking about May during the week, and I don't know, I was just, guessing, because the coaches were all talking all week, like Drake May's going to play, and I wondered whether from up high someone would just, because Mayo doesn't seem like he's on great footing there. Adam Schefter said on the pregame stuff today on ESPN, he did like a whole segment of, in trouble, not in trouble, that kind of thing, safe. And I think in or out might be the way they phrase it. And leaning out was how he termed Gerard Mayo's status, like leaning the Patriots are thinking of making a change there. So I thought maybe ownership or GM or someone could have gotten to him and said, like, we don't want you to play Drake May. He's our guy